最近ラッキーアイテムが流行ってるみたい。指揮官、次の任務では私の背に乗らない？
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Xander's Vice here, and we are back with some more Punishing Gray Raven. Hope you guys have a great day today. Yeah, I know, sorry. I did honestly mean to do a double stream today, but unfortunately I had stuff to do in the morning, so I didn't have as much free time as I wanted to. So I figured I'd at least get the Punishing Gray Raven stream out for today. And just as a further notification, or just to let you guys know, I won't be streaming tomorrow. Because I know I did actually want to either catch up on Honkai Star Rail or do the Wuthering Waves story potentially tomorrow, but March Madness is officially starting tomorrow, okay? Look, I have my own hobbies too, alright? I love watching college basketball at this time of year. What can I say? So, because I'll work in the middle of the day, I have something to do in the morning, then I'm going to be watching the games for the rest of the day tomorrow. I won't be streaming tomorrow, but I will try to stream on Friday morning since I don't work. Or I'm basically off on Friday, so I should be able, at least if I wake up early enough, to do another stream on Friday morning, which will probably be Wuthering Waves, because again, at least I'm already going to do Star Rail on Sunday anyway. But anyway, where we last left off, we were doing Discord's floating record, and now we finally have a full idea as to how she ended up with the dog and in that facility / area with Lilith. And I have to say it's interesting because I did wonder, like, it didn't seem like that was her real family, like it was an adoptive father and such, but I was wondering, like, would we get that part explained too? Because Punishing Gray Raven always decides to go the extra mile, which I do appreciate, to go into the more finer details about specific things for characters, whether it be at this point in time or a bit later on when it makes, or when it's more relevant. And that does seem to be the case here, considering it is her floating record, but again, I'm trying to understand what exactly is the situation that she's in that's making her recall all of this stuff. I'm gonna hope that we get a better understanding as to what exactly the situation is. And yes, I know we had this update that just happened today for this, but like I said, unfortunately, I don't really have the time for that. And I'd rather finish the floating record now, because otherwise it'd be an even bigger gap between when I last did this to now. So I figured I'd just try to get this out of the way now, so then we can just focus on that. But I just want to confirm, before we continue, where exactly does this take place? Is it actually main story, or is it a floating record? Oh no, it is! Okay, a better tomorrow, okay. I'll be honest, I thought this was going to be like a side, or like a floating record or something. Okay, but no, I mean, to be fair, we did kind of get an indication that this would be after Wuthering Crown, regardless of, whether you saw the ending cutscene, or the ending moments of a Wuthering Crown, or from the trailers, but I just wanted to confirm that. But alright, cool. But yeah, like I said, we'll finish the last floating record that at least I find significant so far. Like I said, potentially, maybe I'll do Bombinetta's someday. Just won't be anytime soon, because, I don't know, I kind of just want to focus on more stuff that's, doesn't just mean that. But yeah, we just went through this. Well, remember to survive. I think this is where she kind of learned the truth as to what happened at that moment, and with Mary adopted her, I think, or something like that. I don't know. Like I said, it has been a while, okay? We must avoid misfortunes stem from our emotions, which can lie to us, betray us, and even destroy us. And yes, I know the last of the first 4 games are happening today, but I'm not really that interested as I was for yesterday's game, so that's why it's missing it today doesn't really bother me. Rotation performance. Okay, let's do rotation.
カインは印を手に入れた。彼は特別だけれど、あなたは?
Is this Lilith's voice? Wait, what the hell?
シュエタは答えが見つかるまで歩き続けた。
I swear, we always use this sad tune. Don't get me wrong, it hits pretty hard in those more emotional moments. I just hope we get a new one at some point. Because, to be fair, it's not like it's the same for, the beginning, but they could go for like a new one. Like I said, I mean, this does hit in the moments that we have it, but I'd like to see some more. Like for varying occasions.
意識なんて足手まとい。自由はただの無知。私と夢に浸りましょう。エレノア、ここから出して。私を置いていかないで。ずっとあなたについていくから。さあ、進みましょう。
Damn it, I know this voice actor. Now that I hear Discord a bit more, it's like, I know this voice, but I don't know where. Shit, this is gonna annoy me. Girl keeps her eyes tightly shut, projecting the world around her.
このゲームはクリアできるし、勝てる。そう思ってるでしょう。でも教えてあげる。この先には何もない。シュエットは思った。きっと夢を見ているんだ。すぐに目が覚めて命令と任務だけの生活に戻るんだと。
It's the same plushie again. But anyway, yeah, I'm starting to recall now that it's like, that's just so sad. Like, what happened to Discord? Because again, it's like, the thing is, she's not someone who's like, she asked for too much or anything. And I get it, like, for the other adults with the situation being as it was in the Golden Age, it's like, they didn't like the way things stood. But again, if they didn't, they could have just left, you know? They didn't have to go that far to do what they did to, what's it called? To the old man. And to Discord as well. Like, it's crazy. And again, it's like I said, I figured out later in the stream, like, why, one of the people who was working with them, who like, sided with them, why they decided to let Discord go. Because if there was another body in there, they'd be like, hey, wait, who is this? Why is there a child here? Right? Especially if it's not supposed to be on official documentation, but it does seem like someone else was living here. Then the people who were working there would probably be questioned. But if it was just like, oh, just an incident by someone who is a bit too old, or at least maybe using that as like an excuse, it'd be more believable as an excuse for the insurance and such. But still, it's like, Discord did not deserve that at all. Like, she didn't do anything wrong. If anything, she also wanted to help. And in the end, they just cast her aside like that. Like, again, they could have just left. Instead, they were just greedy. Like, again, I get that the old man was stubborn too. Didn't want to change his ways or anything, especially after what happened with his wife. But, I mean, he had good reason to. Because, I mean, again, even if it's from the past, it's like, it's the fact that they don't treat that with the respect it deserves or the caution it deserves, right? Because from their understanding, or from my understanding of looking at it, the business guy was like, oh, but it's just what it is. That just sometimes happens, unfortunately. Sometimes accidents happen, but it's like, yeah, sure, but don't say that to the fucking person who actually lost someone, you know? Like, when you do business with someone new, sure, you can make that up, because they don't understand that kind of stuff, but when people have faced those kinds of consequences, you can't just bring that up to them and be like, and assume they'll just be like, oh, okay, I'll just let it slide. That's not how that works, man. When emotional scar is there, it won't just disappear the next day. Like, that guy was just an asshole. But yeah, just unfortunate. And then seeing her go on that, like, road to revenge against all the people who had done that to her adopted father, too. That was also pretty crazy. Charred puppy doll. Toy dog that looks completely out of place, charred black all over, except for his former charming cuteness. It resembles a pile of discarded kitchen scraps, giving off an unsettling aura of ruin. Mr. Puppy Dog. that puppy doll. Like, I'll be honest, I wouldn't have been pissed if she had tried to get revenge on that other person. Like, I know technically she kind of got away, but still, it's like, I wouldn't blame Discord for that. Like, come on. She just did because it would have been even more of a convenience later on. Seems to hope that you keep going no matter what choice you make. Plays a transparent amber amidst dim light and darkness. You can feel a healing warmth within it.
逃げ出したいほど私たちのゲームが嫌い。
No, I mean, I'm still going forward with it. I don't know what you mean desperate to leave. If you mean disillusioned, then yeah. Oh boy. Oh wait, I actually can't fight like this? Really? God damn it. Huh? Oh! Wachi! Hey! My guy. It's probably nothing but a thing you can rely on. Wachi a real one. Then again, all the people with Strike Arc are real ones. Some of the best. Complete the mission. I must complete the mission. What if I turn around? You never know. Sometimes there may be hidden achievements. That's why I'm trying to do the opposite of what it tells me to do. Okay, fine. I'll go. Phantom? Oh, I'm supposed to go that way. I'm gonna check here first. Wait, can I actually go all the way around? Hey, I see someone out there. But I can't interact with them. Damn it. Oh, no, that's that same room. Okay. I gotcha. Oh.
私にチャンスをちょうだい。あなたの味方だと証明するわ。
Oh, great. I had to go back that way. Terrific. Oh, fine.
逃げても別の牢獄に入るだけよ。ほら、過去に追いつかれちゃった。覚えてない。覚えていたくない。
Oh, yeah. Wait, did I make this comparison before? Maybe I did. It sounds like... What was her name? Akane? From, Steins Gate, right? At least I'm pretty sure that was the name of the character, if I remember correctly. Boy, I loved Steins Gate. Huh? Oh, okay. I was just supposed to go forward there, okay. Thought it was trying to lead me down there because she was facing the stairs. You chose to keep hurting yourself during missions because you wanted to confirm and prove that this pain comes from within you. You'll follow any order, won't you? Because deep down, you know you have no choice. Before you, countless threads overlapped and tangled. How do you cut through this barrier and keep moving forward? Just use scissors. Broken road stretches before you, impossible to cross. Use thread. This goes nearly spent, that one with faint voices echo in her ears. How do you overcome this obstacle? So cold. Why? Am I in the snow? Oh, what the hell? Oh, right. Oh, yeah, because we learned about the two who basically try to give a chance for Discord, right? The old man and the young man. Your baby out here in this weather? Are they trying to kill it? We can't take care of a child. We can't just leave the child here like this. Give this to her. Isn't that what you treasure the most? Now she's got something. Be a good kid. Live well. The information that survived in my metal plate. With these I can keep moving forward.
任務はあなたを見つけること。必ず見つけ出すわ。
I also thought that was a pretty cool scene too, like of the old man and the young individual too, because again it's not like they took in the child, but at least they didn't just abandon it, which again goes to show like there is some goodness within people, right? Because again, that's the very overarching situation that goes on. Like some people, it's like they only think of themselves and no one else, but some, they will at least try to support someone, at least in their own way. It may not be for the whole mile, but at least get them the push to a new path. Which is like what I like seeing here, because again, it's like some of these scenarios, yeah, of course, it may be a bit of a stretch, maybe, but some of these, it's like you can at least feel where it's like a little act of charity can go a long way, even in today's society. Vision's blurry, her head feels heavy, as if she's just surfaced from deep underwater. Suffocating weight and near drowning clings to her. Shapes sway around her, suddenly one becomes clear, a girl with long hair. Awake? How long was I out? Sorry for disrupting the mission. Mission? The familiar girl giggles as if at a joke, stopping Discord from pulling out her IV and getting up. This is Babylonia. There's no work for you here. Babylonia. That's where I serve. Serve? The girl looks just as puzzled. Keeps moving. Pulls back the off-white curtains to let in more sunlight. Like a soft cushion behind Discord's back. Stunned, she returns to the bedside. You've been retired for a long time now, sis. What? Discord struggles to process her words. Not sure if it's being called sis that stuns her, or if it's the word retired catching in her throat like a fishbone. Another beautiful morning. It's breakfast time. Come on. The girl deftly produces a tray of light foods served in identical small insulated containers. Beside them, a smooth pale yellow mashed potato covered in light gravy, and finally dessert. Small cherry topped cake. Same cloying speckled frosting as always. You're not supposed to eat sweets anymore. This cherry cake, I saved it for you. Familiar colors and scents stimulate her senses. Squints, enduring her tingling in her mind as she recalls sharing this exact meal she had countless times before. With someone. As the backdrop of this cherry cake, the date counter on the wall keeps ticking upward. Finally, the cream melts away and the crimson fruit falls, releasing a scent of rot. Don't tell me. You've forgotten my name again. I'm Lilith. Confused by the strange safety she feels, Discord pauses. No appetite? You should still try to eat something. No, that's not right. Your name is Eleanor. What is it? Melancholy watches over Discord. She searches for a mirror to glimpse herself. Gravely ill. Dying? She may cast aside yet again. Usefulness spent. So you don't even remember who I am now. I suppose that's to be expected. No, that's not right. You just call me sis. This girl struggles to her feet, scanning the room for the mirror that would show her the truth or shatter the lie. One thing on the wall is a peaceful pastoral painting. Blue sky, white clouds. Colors melting into one, never until there are nothing but indistinct blotches. She can't look away. The blotches start to run, pigment dripping to the floor and onto her own hands. She becomes cracked and withering. This is Babylonia too? Deathly silence only serves to remind her how ridiculous her unease really is. Poor mother. You have degenerative memory loss. Your memories got mixed up. Sometimes you can't remember what happened a few minutes ago. You go through conversations like this several times every morning. Degenerative memory loss. Do you want me to explain again how to slow this kind of central nervous system degeneration? You need good habits, a balanced diet, and light exercise. But even the finest clinic in Babylonia can't reverse it. The aphasia, the apraxia, the agnosia, they will keep returning. Squirt frees it completely. Bitchy under her hands is wrinkled deep from how hard she's been gripping it. Sometimes you'll get angry. You'll see things that aren't there. You'll forget the past. You might even mistake me for your enemy. But that's alright. I'll take care of everything for you. Because I am your... Lilith. No. No, that's not possible. How can I be your... We're companions. You're my reason to live. Mine. Just flicker and fade, leaving her caught between dream and waking. Maybe it was the movie we watched last night that was making you feel like this. In the movie, high-ranking officers planted false memories in soldiers. Childish sweethearts always by their side, siblings with unbreakable bonds, or goals so important they would stake their lives on them. Those beautiful illusions kept them fighting for 100 days straight. And when they learned the truth, they had the same empty look you do right now. Maybe, in your dreams you were fighting just as hard to protect me too? Time and again, she followed orders, plummeting from great heights with crushing force. Jane's coiled around her throat, cutting off her breath. Her weapons, liquid blood, as the hounds leaped at her with murderous force. Gunfire hounded her, smoke chased her through the dim concrete. Caught like a trapped animal, ragged breaths like they're barely surviving echoing in her ear. Silhouette beneath the crescent moon. It's all undeniably real. No. That's not it. Then what is your reason to fight? Orders. Always orders. Orders? No, you're wrong. Our bond is selfless and close. How could something so cold as orders hold it together? No. That was only what I wished for. We shared a wonderful life growing up together. You worked in a tailor shop, became my personal seamstress, until we came to Babylonia and grew old. You used to tell me life passes in the blink of an eye. So you were fake all along. Does it matter? Then what is real? It can mean what can be smelled, tasted, touched, seen. Those only process electronic signals. Emotion is humanity's greatest weakness. So many people spend their lives chasing pleasure, seeking comfort in virtual worlds fed straight into their brains. You believe real feelings can be woven into clothes, hidden in a doll, engraved on a dog tag? Why can't they exist inside your mind too? I know your wounds, your desires, your dreams. They abandoned you. Some saw you as a stand-in for a lost partner. Some as a necessary sacrifice for their ideals. Some as penance to wash away their sins. They saved me, but they used you. But I'm different. I see you as a person. You want to be loved, so I. Light from the window wraps them in layers of gold. things that warm the soul and calm the mind are sealed within memory and the self. I give them to you. You have no time to understand them. I still have a mission. Forget the mission. You have your own life beyond duty. The war ended long ago. There's no need to fight anymore. We've already begun our new life together. I play the Tannhauser Overture on the piano every day while you accompany me. You're a part of me, so I know. Your wish is to live peacefully, relying on your own craft, isn't it? My wish. Stares at the blank window beyond the curtains. Giant cracks begin to spider across the glass. Oh, complete the... I forget, is this a mega ending, right? True ending? Wait, true ending? What the hell? Huddles in darkness, unmoving in the floating dust. She was trying to keep quiet, even during rest, making even the slightest sound as vulgar, beneath someone of proper breeding. When the golden light filters through the narrow window crack and touches the pale wallpaper in the distance, Madame Manzano will soon be coming for her again. She must be loyal. She must be a servant that Madame Manzano finds useful. The moment her feet touch the ground, whenever any part of her body is visible to others, she has to keep a smile on and be ready to serve. That is what makes a proper man of the Manzano household. Only in the brief minutes before... Ah, shit. My bad. It was scrolling so slowly, I tried to advance it. Okay, here we go. Only in the brief minutes before dawn, in the hazy space between sleep and waking, can she truly have control over her own body. Light tapping on the metal pipes breaks the happiest time of day, her pre-dawn meditation. The sun isn't even up yet. You're hiding here again. The guests are on their way. She swallows a complaint poised on her lips and jumps up in the panic. You selfish girl, you finally show yourself. Hurry up and get ready. Why is your apron dirty? Do not laugh. Headmaid's brows snap upward. She looks ready to beat him with a stick. None of them ever laughs out loud. Every server is trained to suppress even the slightest chuckle. The master or the guests hear a servant laugh don't think they're being mocked. This household, even small tasks are punished quickly and without mercy. Worse than the physical pain is the mental torture, a torment much harder to endure. Curls her lips in contempt. Of course, between the two of them, Discord's the good one, and she's the bad example. Confirm the guest list. For now, go report to Madame Manzano. Maid set out spotless tableware with precision, with back and forth as they dust the furniture and polish the floors. Madame Manzano sits alone at the dining table. The young lady is nowhere to be seen. They rarely dine together, both are constantly consumed by the family business. Pursuit of a lofty ideal, Madame Manzano naturally expects everyone to pull together. I want this dinner to be flawless. Not a single mistake. Every guest must be satisfied. Keep your behavior in check. Do not let me learn that anyone plans to embarrass me again. Ice cubes crack as they melt Madame's pre-dinner whiskey. Maids bow in perfect unison. The grand dinner is about to begin. The mansion's great hall gleams under branching chandeliers. Rainbows of light play over ornate, goldly furniture. It's not a popular virtual reality, but tangible luxury you can see and touch. The mansion now bears the name Adriana Manzano. Every maid in the house is expected to give her all to honor the distinguished name. Black and white uniforms are crisp, lace immaculate. Polished shoes stick across the floor, fouled in with silver trays of crystal flutes, each one filled with golden champagne. What, you mean like a wine glass? Or maybe it's like those tall wine glasses. As guests step onto the red carpet with loud, careless laughter, Score greets them with a steady smile and a respectful nod. All part of the performance. Welcome. Everything runs like clockwork. A ballet is set to precise choreography. Only a well-trained, elegant microcosm like this can prove Madame Manzano's promised bright future is not empty talk. Manzano's golden nails glitter. They do that wealth can buy not only luxury, but a future of beauty and obedience like this. Score's eyes ices. They both know their bait in Madame's game. Prompts in a lie sold. Prompts in a lie sold to rich guests who refuse to see them as people. Dinner reaches its height as taste stimulants take effect. Using as impressive with the level of intoxication. I'm sure you know that the world's most consequential decisions are not made in public chambers, or at some conference that captivates the masses. They're made just like this, discussed and weighed in quiet, secluded mansions. That's why I invited you here, so you can witness ahead of time the great achievement we are about to unveil. Sorry, I don't know if that's exactly the Lady Manzano voice I gave her, but I tried to make her like conniving woman voice. Well, at least attempting to. I know it's not great, but go easy on me. I like that we at least bring up Lady Manzano in these things, because she's a cool-looking character. It sucks that she's just a character in the past. I'd love her to be more involved in things, you know? Well, who knows? Maybe she'll come back as an Ascendant. Who's to say? It'd be pretty cool, though. Like, I wouldn't hate on it if they brought her back as one. Holographic projection of a groundbreaking vessel appears above the long table, rotating slowly as details are magnified so every guest can see. Because that's the thing, it's like, at least when people become Ascendants, it's not like everyone just becomes an Ascendant, right? Like, some people it's just like, they can't become Ascendants regardless of it, right? Because special trait and such, so. At least it's not like a certain series that brings literally everyone back from the dead. Like here it's just only in some cases. Eden 3. Even if the disaster strikes outside, it cannot breach the thick walls of our well-forged, stable, comfortable life. And what does the world beyond these walls have to do with our Eden in the sky? Your wealth remains here. Your life will not change. All you need is a more comprehensive will, one that ensures you and your descendants can settle everything once and for all, and enjoy your later years. No one believes there will be new wars or upheaval. In a rational age of space exploration, extreme violence seems impossible. This is Madame's most effective pitch to persuade guests to board the Ark. Passengers need only exchange a portion of their wealth and a measure of loyalty for a ticket. Suddenly a staggering figure bursts into banquet at its peak. Why, visit Baron Houseman. You're late. Look, I even kept your seat for you. Manzano, you poisoned me! Not drink. None of you drink that poison. He dreams from the room like hail or on hot stone. Everyone turns to the hostess. Manzano tours with a lock of her hair at her temple, enjoying the attention. It's only been a few days. How did you become so haggard? Is your heart condition keeping you from enjoying good wine? With everyone watching, you really do have a knack for jokes. Discord, take Baron Houseman to the VIP room to rest. When he looks better, he can rejoin us. Yes, madam. He quietly helps the guest out. Sano stays composed, walks to the vacant seat, and down touch flute. The lights and shines like liquid gold. Everyone here has status and ability. Poisoning is such a low trick. I fear a friend has a persecution complex. Some huddle and whisper of his murmur and lead their attendants away. To our never-ending feast of pleasure, and to our true Eden. Never matters anyway. Sana smiles and drains the glass. Then she signals for a fresh champagne tower. As violence spills from tear to tear, smiles return to every wrinkled face. This is a nitroglycerin injection, sir. You should relieve your anger. Guest lies back at the Black Velvet Chase. The Alchemate approaches, his face twisted in terror as if death herself stands before him. Madam hopes you will think it over. Think what over? Boarding a ship full of holes that could sink at any time? Swings his gold-inlaid rosewood cane with all his might. His discord's leg were a hollow metallic clang. Or should I praise her for seizing the family fortune to seize a matched delusion? And applaud her for discarding the noble Sinclair name? And you? What are you exactly? A mechanical monstrosity kept by Manzano? Wait, the Sinclair family. Oh, no. Yeah. Because the Sinclair family was, that was Lilith's family, right? And wasn't there, like, a theory that it was, Manzano who did that, I think? Or was that just a theory? Yo, Guardian, thank you for the raid. Saw you were doing a Fate Stay Night remastered stream. Hope that went well. Hope y'all enjoyed that stream as well. Guardian's my senpai from, way before when I started PGR. The effort of swinging the cane empties his last strength. Chest weasel like a broken bellows. I did some saber route reading, but had to go. No problem, Guardian. Anyway, just appreciate it. Glad to see you did more to saber route. Oh, you love saber. But also, thank you for the raid, Guardian. Much appreciated. Once forced into a passive position, even deciding their own fate becomes hard. I am only a maid, an asset belonging to Madame Manzano. Face shows no pain. Simply reciting rules she cannot disobey. Colorless liquid beads at the needle tip. The Baron's bulging eyes dart wildly, just like a fish bound to a cutting board. Yeah. But I did get the new S rank for PGR. Some PGR stuff yesterday, but it felt like fake today. Ah, okay, I got you. And yeah, I'm also trying to get the new S rank, but I'm just kind of doing that on my own time. You do her affection story, you get a free copy. Really? Okay. I might have to do that then. And I'll probably do it when I do the stream for the story chapter. I'll probably do it first before doing the actual story, though. I don't know if it'll spoil anything for it or not. And you have to do it before the patch. Nah, don't worry. I definitely will. How long until the patch ends? I mean, I probably will do it sometime next week. But, I just wonder when the patch is probably for a while, right? So, I probably have until, like, probably next month for that, I guess. At least a month? Oh, okay, no, yeah. Then I'll definitely at least do a PGR stream next week. But thank you for letting me know, Guardian. Because I think it did say something about that, but I wasn't actually sure. I didn't check to confirm it yet, but thank you. We're doing too many S ranks. Needs more voucher paying. True. What a Marzano and her kind. Rootless shades who survive by cunning and paranoia. Though the Baron refused to accept being a victim, the course of events has already swept past his own thoughts and efforts. He distrusts technology and rejects reason. In a way, since he doesn't blame the board. Even if he spun across the deck now, it wouldn't matter. The ship is already departed. Almost got enough to double his Kamui. Had to start saving for double his Alpha. Oh, right, yeah, because Kamui should be the next one after this new character, right? Like the one that's currently running. And yeah, Alpha would be next after that, because we've already gone through Teddy, we've already gone through Rosetta, we've already done another one too. Ain't no way Alpha's gonna be free. Oh, for sure. They're gonna make us grind for Alpha. It should be limited? Probably. I mean, to be fair, they did the same for the new live frame. So, I wouldn't be surprised if for a character favorite like Alpha, they'll definitely make her limited. Can't wait to see what also the story lore is gonna be for why she ends up in a new frame. I mean, don't get me wrong, Alpha does need a new upgrade. Not to say that I don't love her Crimson Weave. Her Crimson Weave is the best. Still, for me anyway. But still, any version of Alpha is awesome. No. Don't. That'll be interesting. Yeah, it definitely will. The action goes into his vein. His features scrunch like dried orange peel. No choice but to loosen. Side cheekbones stay in sharp contrast to his sunken eye sockets. They that stubble was pushed through his skin. He had the strength for time to grow himself. Everyone who steps into this mansion is already tied to the same single straw. Those who won't be tied will soon burn through their strength, and exhausted, sink and drown. Now you can sleep in peace. So yeah, it's like either you follow Manzano's rule or you're cut. Just like Lee Manzano. This around against most since I discovered Genevieve can fire guns from. Oh really? Okay. VIP room, door is shut. Scroll tosses sterile gloves and ampules into the incinerator. The spots accidentally against the hull. I leave fidgeting with the hem of her clothes as she waits. Night's feast is over. The kids are leaving. We can finally rest. Right. Since the guest hasn't changed his mind, there's no need to report back and trouble Madam. Back to their assigned area together, and with the maid's break room comes the broken on and off sobbing. As it presses her ear and listens to the moan. She's been crying all night. Everyone's trying to comfort her. Madam handed her over to Senator Richard during the dinner. She doesn't want to go and live with that decrepit old man who can barely move anything but his eyes. Is staying here really any better? I see. Yeah. Because again, it's like, everyone's just a pawn to a Lady or Madame Manzano. But again, that's why she's such a cold bad guy. I did a script 3 SIG so I could get a free Alpha SIG. Not to spend as much BC. Ah, okay. At least she'll never be punished again. This girl snaps her head toward the loose-lipped Isis, grabs her hand, and strides past the break room to the hiding spot only 2 of them know. Everyone uses SIGs for resonance. Their dooms. Yeah. What's wrong, Discord? Why aren't you talking? There are eyes everywhere. Yeah, but not here. Squirt sighs and follows her. There isn't room to stretch at the top, so they lie down hugging their knees, curl into small bundles. So that's how your apron got dirty. It won't happen again. I already cleaned it spotless. We have to go back on time. If we break the rules, Madam has plenty of ways to brand them back into our faces. Into our hearts. Tell me, are we just stuck like this? We're gonna live out our days with worthless and disgraceful written all over them? Squid's very good at silence. Don't you have any dreams? Dreams. Hope they either give us more vouchers or PPC cards. Kur's gonna keep making free ads. Yeah, true. Oh wait, or do you mean characters? Or no, or do you mean the skulls for PPC? I don't really. Yeah, because I mean, to be fair, we're getting all these free S rank. We're gonna need like ways to like max them out. Even she's shaken by the power held inside that ward. Skulls are called scars. Oh, okay, right. My bad. I just usually only refer to them by like the image, so I forgot. So I don't have Teddy Double S and it's driving me. You don't have Teddy Double S? Really? Wow. Well, then again, I guess I did actually pull for Teddy, and I did get the, Or, wait, was it because... No, I didn't pull for him. Oh, no. It's because we got her from, the limited time stuff. Like, the voucher things. And then I used the regular yellow vouchers and the scars to get her to Double S. But I do need to get her to Double S... 3 or 5 for that skill. I don't remember. If it weren't the other more important characters to Double S, would use skull sign. Ah, okay. Still, I mean, at least grinding for characters to get to Double S isn't that hard. Because, I mean, most of my characters are already, like, Double S by this point. It's not important. It's very important. Her lashes flutter. Her eyes sparkle even in dim light. Instead of giving everything to Manzana's dream, why not chase our own? Me? I want to be a star singer. On Zana's banquet, she sometimes sees those people, just have finery and jewels, refusing food to protect their voices, drinking only water. This girl can't remember their ever-changing faces, blurred by the rejuvenation treatments. You can only tell them apart by the style of their clothes. Yeah, at least S6 for Teddy right now, so I'll get there. Feels like forever via vouchers without having to spend. Yeah, that is true. Because I will say, if it wasn't for me using it for sometimes when we get to like commander levels and stuff like that at times, then I definitely probably would be taking much longer for it. Like, I don't do that nowadays because it's like, I pretty much have my teams where I want them, so I don't feel like I need to go overboard or anything. But yeah, it definitely would still take a while. But still, at least it's not as long of a while as it would be for other games for grinding for character mats. Because I think we all know, like, definitely in other games, like, just generally, it would definitely be a lot harder to ever get even a fraction of, like, the character up stuff that we could today in PGR. Sprados cannot exist without them. They cannot exist without Los Prados. Whether it's just a whim or not, it looks like a satisfied little squirrel. This girl can't bring herself to ruin it. The fact that we can get all the characters as long as we play is still great. Yeah, that's the good thing of it. Like, even with time that's changed, like, how many years has it been since we could play this on, like, PC and stuff? It's been, like, 7 years, I think? Because I think it's, like, when did this come out? Like, 2019? The fact that it's still going the same way for it, and they don't try to, like, go, like, all gung-ho, like, oh, you have to spend to get the characters, I'm really glad, you know? Because, again, it shows that they understand what works, and they don't have to change the formula, right? Because, again, clearly they're doing a good job if people are still playing the game, people are still pulling a lot of other characters, and they're doing great promotion with the collabs, like the Nier Automata, the BRS, and the DMC. Like, shows that they already have done enough to, like, reach a bigger audience without having to, like, make it like, hey, we'll make this pay to win like everything else, so you guys should definitely play it. Only, you know, only thing they did was make limited non-collab characters. Yeah, that's true. I will say that is kind of annoying, because unfortunately I can't have a Liv's signature weapon yet for the new frame, which sucks a bit, but again, it's like, I don't see myself using Liv on my Lightning team yet, because again, I'm just too comfortable with Crimson Weave. I'll wait until the new alpha comes out, then I will. At least they will have reruns? Yeah, that's fair. In that case, I definitely will pull her weapon instead. May reads your thoughts at a glance and puffs out her cheeks. No, not like those arrogant peacocks we've ever seen. I mean the kind who can start singing anywhere, anytime, and draw a crowd. Music's wonderful. No more preaching, no dividing the audience into high or low. Some sway to the rhythm, some join in singing. Everyone feels joy, hope, just for the music itself. Oh, this girl imagines it. They sit in a crowd lighting up with joy, caught up in the melody. Alright, and you become a singer. A star singer. A star singer, then. I'll be right there, clapping and playing along. No, you have to come sing with me. Palm to palm, it's warm she remembers. Looking at her innocent face, this girl finds herself unable to say no. Alright. Thank you, Discord. You really are my best friend. I don't even know where Alpha is going team-wise. But it'd be funny if she kicks Pyra out of fire. No, please. We can't afford to. We already just had to replace Hyper Relay. I can't afford to have Pyra be substituted. But then again, I guess there isn't really anywhere else that she could substitute for. Because again, you already have Liv for the Lightning team. I doubt she'd be like Ice team for Chushukra. I mean, I guess maybe they could make her an Ultima Slash. Would be funny if she kicked Luna out of the... Oh my god. I mean, it would hurt, because it's pretty fun using Luna Oblivion, but I wouldn't be completely against it. Just because having her with Ishmael they'd be unstoppable. Like, Ishmael herself kicks ass in the Nihility team, but Alpha and Ishmael, like true PGR power scaling, that'd be one hell of a team. Is that a whole other team though? Yeah, true. I feel like they could go with the Ultima Slash team for her, personally, because it is starting to become kind of like an effect kind of team in a way. And we do already have some people who kind of fulfill those, like Hanyang's Solus tune, right? And what was it? Virgil's the same, isn't he? Like, he's also part of that Ultima Slash, but it's like I said, maybe just for like that kind of effect team in the future. It would be hilarious if she kicked out Virgil more than Rosetta did. Oh my god, now that'd be funny as hell. Seriously, like, what? You mean to tell me that this copy of someone who's almost like Virgil is replacing the Virgil? Because for PGR fans, it'd be like, what? You think she stands a chance to? Well, she got motivated. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, that could be like the canon reason why, after seeing Virgil in action, she's like, damn, someone's trying to one-up me as that kind of character. I gotta one-up him now. Would be pretty cool. Days only move forward. Your festival banquet is still in full swing. It's on a scan draped in glittering silk and gold, just from one end of the hall to the other, in chattering clusters. This girl takes off her glasses to wipe them, but she puts them back on, a familiar figure flashes past in a corner. Eleanor? Did she come back from Fort Winter? Discord, the head maid wants us to take these plates. Where are you going? Wait, Fort Winter? Wait, you told me she was in Fort Winter? Oh, but that's impossible, right? Or maybe it was before they had done those experiments with, like, Alpha and I don't know. The design is so cool. A lot of new people are gonna pop in just for her. One top DMC5 in terms of people coming in to try the game. It'll be Crimson Weave all over again. Yeah, because, I mean, to be fair, she did look pretty tough in the fit that they teased with, like, this whole other phase of new characters. So I won't doubt it. Zana had forbidden her to meet Eleanor in private or speak with her. They're gonna behave like any other maid. She can't resist. She falls under the excuse of returning dishes to the kitchen. Just a glance, just to be sure she's alright. Turns the window to the madam's study, doors half open, almost inviting. If that venue was for Rosetta fans to go bonkers. Yeah. The room is empty. Is she mistaken? One red velvet curtains are tied back with braided cords. The desk is a single slab of ebony with a golden pen tip suspended eerily in its holder. A hardbound notebook with gilt edges lies fully open on the desk, next to one on the page, without a flourish of cursive letters, but into a faint blur. Across the room, she can already guess what's inside. Registry. Attia von Wilmont Strazo. Otto Roti. Walter Benjamin. Houseman. Wait, haven't we seen this name, Otto Roti, somewhere before in main one of these stories? Am I wrong with that? Whatever. Each is a trophy or a story behind it. Not as important as the first two. Sinclair. I know the name Otto, but I can't remember. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, I know we've heard that name before. I just don't remember where. Like, Strazo, I don't know. It sounds like it should be a familiar name, but I don't think we've talked about that name. The other one, I definitely feel like we've heard it before. So she chatter and her vision blurs. I think it's still difficult and slow for her, but the surname, what do we place after Eleanor's? Eleanor's got a new home. Isn't that great? Potassium nitrate, when diluted enough, is completely harmless. A injected repeatedly over the span of several days, the body can metabolize it cleanly, leaving no trace. So the burial, the cause of death will appear to be natural weakness. Quietness on the passing. On damp, foul-smelling turf among rows of decaying gravestones, a young girl sits in a punishment chair, prepared for her. Because that was the order. Her stomach churns violently, so I'll stop the acid from surging up her throat and collapses to her knees. Discord, someone's coming! The maid rushes in, grabbing her stiff-kneeling companion. The floor. It's dirty. Forget it. She yanks her own apron, drops to her knees and wipes out the mess, then grabs the perfume bottle from the desk and sprays it heavily into the air. Happy Crow gives it just the story feedback. This episode kinda went downhill for a bit. What, main story for, recently, like, with this story chapter? I will admit, it did seem a bit, too focused on the whole war thing that it didn't really go so much into more details, like, about the situation with Ascendants and stuff. Or at least not as much as it has been before. But, I mean, I like the Liv one. The Liv main story one was pretty good. Madam slows her pace, sniffing the air, scanning the study for anything unusual. Long arm and nails scrape it across the solid wood of the desk, over the leather chair, across the spotless cabinet. Finally, her gaze falls onto the rare, quadruple flowers at the window. Maybe the night blooms only after dark, then moves completely by morning. I've told you not to spray so much perfume on the flowers. Smells disgusting. Tears apart the miraculous blossoms, toss them carelessly to the floor. She gathers the notebook from the desk and moves to put it in the cabinet. And has not yet touched the handle when a firm voice interrupts. There you are, Aunt. I've completed the task you assigned me. Did the target confess? Yes. The interrogation was entertaining. Luckily, he spoke before I lost interest. Very good, Eleanor. Come to the casino with me tonight. Yes, Aunt. Sound of heels fading in the distance. In the cabinet, the maid takes deep breaths. Terror is still raw. Her beats again, trembling as if she had just been freed from a hangman's rope. Let's run away. The haze, eyes on waver. Staying here means giving up on any hope for a future. You're insane. Madam will not be pleased. As the words out through the burn in her throat. She won't find out. Impossible. Will you avoid all those cameras that watch everything? What happened today? She'll know as soon as she checks the recordings. We'll find a way. Escape? And go where? Freedom. Swears the purest spring water. Possesses the deadliest liquor. So has orders to follow. Pour back to Kurno and to Manzano. She's still here, like a marionette with its strings pulled day after day. Is this the unchanging fate of those who are nothing but tools? Or it feels as if it's never changed? Thoughts circle in mind countless times. Perhaps fate will finally extend an olive branch. Perhaps they'll let them go. Damn, this is a long part. Ice's face wavers in Discord's narrow field of view. Our flickers like a candle swimming between fear and hope. Promise me, no one can ever know about our plan. Head maid shouts at the maids as they appear and disappear along their work routes. Power outage? It's fine. The backup will switch on automatically in a moment. Open all the windows. Quick, close every one of them. The banquet must go on. Break times, camera angles, guard posts, process flow. Every detail in blind spot. She never knew Isis understood so much. The only place without surveillance that gave her the freedom is the thorn-ringed estate entrance. It's Manzano's bedroom. Let's go. Yo, what's up, Green UF? I'm doing alright. Finally doing much better now that I'm done with Beyond the Horizon. Whether people believe the facts depends on how we tell them. Blondman swirls his wine, leaning on the railing at the mansion's highest terrace. He puts the hologram on the glass and takes a rare chaotic downpour. What's the largest terrarium in the world? You've already seen it. That's good. Just going crazy. Okay, gotcha. But yeah, honestly, I definitely needed that week-long break from Trails Beyond the Horizon. That game fucking messed me up in the head in a lot of bad ways. So I'm just glad that headache and potential migraine is gone. Creatures trapped in a bottle live each day in that tiny world, breeding and thriving until their lives end. Trail to remember. Means entire. No, seriously, like, that's the thing. It's like, I think it goes back to what we were saying before. Like, at this point, they shouldn't have tried to bring Raina and Kevin back until they finish, like, Van's whole thing. You know? I mean, I know Van's thing isn't going to get any better, but it really just felt like there was no reason to even put them in the game. Because, again, their actions didn't really do anything, right? It didn't affect Van's story at all. Because they also never even exchanged information, even though it was the perfect time to. No, you know what? No, I'm going to leave it behind. I already put all my complaints there. I don't want to bring it up again. Yeah. Just gonna enjoy punishing Green Raven. Sorry about that. Nothing is wasted. Everything feeds back into the cycle of life. So it would have been better if... Agreed. No one noticed that. On this stormy night, two mates slipped away from the feast in a hurry. And every creature in this ecological bottle shares the same source. Mother. So what? Madam, you're not preaching some relic of old morality, are you? It seems the Sinclair name gives you more pain than glory. One by one, the corridor cameras with their red lights go dark. Jabez nodding off. Flicker back to life a few seconds later. Since childhood, my brother and I studied together. He was taught the way of emperors. I was trained to be the perfect advisor who never dishonored the Sinclair name. People sing of greatness, because greatness is sacrifice. Greatness is being nameless in the shadows. Calling the virtuous wife and daughter a sacred duty is like praising a slave's obedience as virtue. Quick to feel others' pain, but numb to your own desires. I refuse to be like that. Some gods are knocked down, others are led astray. Eager shadows race through the maze-like corridors running toward their dreams. Only ambition that matches your desire can lead to a future worthy of it. Can anyone see it? The nobility are nothing more than thieves made legitimate by the system. Why should the privileges earned by one generation be passed on intact to the next? The ugliest, most despicable thing in this world is when someone inherits wealth and power without the ability or effort to deserve it. Usurpation is 1,000 times more noble than inheritance. Wait, where are the guards? Drones are malfunctioning. Towering tiered cake for the evening banquet is demolished by a malfunctioning drone plummeting from above. White cream floods across the ballroom center like a rushing river, throwing the entire gathering into chaos. Perfect. Now that is how you start a party. No, a banquet. Look around. So many people gathered here, and yet there's only one real star. Madame Manzano and her pride of joy. Plumbing is exaggerating theatrical bow. I can certainly be a lover. When Project Balkanon is complete, I will be the mother of a new world. A new era. Until then, you'll continue to address me as Madame Manzano. Hostess surveys the chaos in the ballroom with cold pride before she speaks again. The education of an emperor is simple. We have only one path before us, and that is success. Damn, this seriously is going on for long. Little did they know that the door they were opening led not to freedom, but to the abyss. Oh boy. You're in my way. The sound of a familiar voice actually sinks sweetly to the floor. How? Zano strides into her bedroom with a bottle of red wine and a diamond-encrusted crystal glass. Oh boy. That's not good. Sits on a leather sofa, setting the bottle on a low marble table in front of her. It could be poison, isn't it? One by one, she removes the glittering jewelry from her hands, neck, and hair, tossing each piece carelessly onto the floor. No need to keep up the show anymore. Seriously, Lady Manzano is one badass woman. I have to respect the hell out of that. Deep red wine pours into the glass like silk. Rising sound of liquid filling the crystal, echoing like a slow, final funeral bomb. I remember telling you to stay here and not go anywhere. If all you wanted was to report to those old men, you didn't need to sneak around here. She raises her right hand, golden revolver glinting as she idly spins the cylinder with her fingertip. The communicator on her hat brim, she gives command. Ah, boy, not the revolver. Alright, the party's over. See our guests out. A single clap breaks the silence. A final gift for our visitors. The other's banquet is finally ending. The mages will soon be freed from their duties. This vessel, carrying monsters' distortions and tangled desires, will begin its first and final voyage. Fireworks explode in the clear night sky at the passing the storm. Heavy weight hits the floor. Wine bottle shatters on a veined marble table. The shards of liquid in every direction. Oh shit. Yeah. Ugh. I figured that's what she was gonna do. God damn it. Blood dark wine spreads from beneath the maid's head, twisting the strange patterns on the hand-woven natural fiber carpet. What a mess. Take it away and dispose of it. I raise her glass and drinks the crimson liquid in one gulp before tossing it aside. To myself. Scorsese's exhaustion at the corpse of herself, forced into silence. The world is so bright, so terrifying. Oh, there we go. There's the creepy music. So I'm not the protagonist after all. So the world has no interest in me. So I'm someone who can be discarded, ignored, left unchosen. Someone without value. Someone who shouldn't exist. Pushed out to be sacrificed. Told to step aside for someone else's gain. Just a supporting role. You're the lucky one, aren't you? You were supposed to be expendable. To die with your spine broken. You gave in. You ran away. Why? The ending you get is just a little better than the one they planned for you. You're fine with it. You lie there pretending to be dead. Cold as steel. There's nothing good about living like that. You can't even make a sound. Maid's face is frozen in its final contortion. Squid's eyes are wide of shock, fear tightening her chest. The next heartbeat, she's no longer watching. She's in it, forced to feel it for herself. Why won't you stop? Why act like you don't see? Is that something Aunt told you to do? Jumps ahead and hurries away without answering. Thank you, Discord. You really are my best friend. The pitch black wine cellar Isis takes Discord's hand, humming softly. Promise me, no one can ever know about our plan. Who are you just talking to? What game are you playing? And why are you making a face I've never seen before? Discord tries to step back, but Lilith seizes her hand. Her fingers around it like a snake tightening around prey. That won't do. I won't allow it. Moth trapped in a spider's web, her fragile wings beat against sticky threads. Each movement only makes the strands pull tighter, heavier. Her faint heartbeat is sewn shut with invisible silk. The vision of freedom shimmers in front of her, but every time she reaches for it, dry her back into the suffocating dark. The ending is already decided. So you want freedom? Fine. I'll let you go. I won't interfere in anything you do. You'll go back to Kurano. Get them your report. They're testing new tech. They'll give you new legs. Only one condition. You'll be my eyes and ears. I don't punish tools. Tools only cause trouble in the hands of bad craftsmen. His eyes are empty. I moved by words like tools or bad craftsmen. Before you answer, ask yourself this. Are you even worthy of it? Sharper instincts, stronger body and combat skills, faster data processing, and the expensive upkeep that comes with all of it. You better prove you're worth the trouble and not just dead weight. You won't do it for yourself. Then do it for Eleanor. Adam swallows the phrase she's always spouting about mutual progress and studies the mate's face instead. No reason to say no, is there? For a second, Discord's expression flickers and smooths away. The Manzano's sharp hawk-like stare, she lowers her head, closes her eyes, and tips into a curtsy. As you wish, Madame Manzano. Yo, I better get like a 20% for this. This is a long one. For the final banquet, Discord is told to deliver the completed gown to the young lady. Golden vines embroidered by hand, lace-lined enough that seemed like it could take flight, no longer confined to the frame, stretching beyond the cage of tradition. Her stitch comes from long hours hunched in a chair without rest, soaring in her whispers, her despair, her sighs, and her fragile dream of leaving it all behind. Creativity might be humanity's greatest treasure, but Icarus kept flying higher and higher with his wax wings, thinking he could reach the sun. In the end, his body drifted among the feathers that once carried him. No one cared when he fell. History just repeats itself. It's obvious what my aunt wants. Even a blind man could hear it in her voice. Remember what we talked about in Pollard? Across the table, the chair is empty. At the door, the blue-haired maid clutches her chest, knowing no one will ever sing for her again. She's about to fasten wax wings to her back and fly toward an ocean waiting to drown her. Excellent neural reflexes, good adaptability to tantalum 193 copolymer, but the mind stability is too low. The modification could fail at any moment. Failure is not an option. We don't have many experimental samples left from the ground organization. But this data and these protocols haven't been validated. We are validating them right now, aren't we? If we can't produce results, how do you expect me to report to Kurano-san? Increase the pain output. Force the mind and the subject's consciousness to sync. Everything else can be cut away. Apart from the director who gave the order, none of the other researchers can keep a detached expression anymore. To go through all of this, can anyone truly keep their original soul? They still be the same person they once were? Every machine keeps working without mercy, denying her even a quiet release of death. Finally. No record found. Shuts off the terminal in the preparation room, drifts back to the lounge like a blue ghost. Door slides open as the security system reads a concert ID. The room is plain and bare. Makes no difference where she sleeps. Because her reflection in the mirror is less and less like her own face. Why? It wasn't part of the plan they described to her. Mission, order. Typed higher and higher. Starting not to recognize the words she once knew better than any others. What is she supposed to do now? Where did Eleanor go? Why has she not contacted her? Did I get left behind again? Alone, Disco stares up at the changing virtual sky above Babylonia. Simply searching for an answer to questions that threaten to drown her. Yo, these ones better be shorter ones, because to be fair, that was a pretty long one. I mean, I know I chatted through a good amount of it, but still. Dull days. Okay. Among the constructs, some lost their families and took this path because they had no choice. Some see themselves as weapons, as expendables. Others try to build new bonds so they can keep going on a ravaged battlefield. Discord works like an efficient purifying force machine. Hardworking, highly skilled, never complaining, never showing weakness or hesitation when ordered to kill her own kind. Never reaches out to people, never forged connections with others. Is this supposed... Was her being transformed into a construct, did that maybe take place around the time when Lilith confronted Madame Manzano? I'm assuming it is, because since she can't find her at this point, like, that must have been when they started their plan and everything. I mean, it depends on how long the process was to become a construct. When others make small talk of her, she can't find anything to share. It's easy to understand. The Colonel's head doesn't want any more ties to anything related to Pollard. That includes you. They just shook off those accusations in front of the world government. No way would they risk giving anyone new leverage against them. In short, you have a new employer from now on. Look forward to working with your colleague. It's fine, Discord thinks. Core work, secrets, big missions usually don't involve tools and supporting players. Even so, minor sideline roles still get hit by little bouts of trouble. Here for supplies. Name and ID. Department. The Purifying Force. Ah, so you're the new recruit in the Purifying Force. Hey, you again? Get off me. Stop holding me back. They're the ones who executed. If only they held on a little longer. Until backup arrived. I was already badly infected beyond saving. You just couldn't accept that. This girl can't make out what the name really is. He was so good to everyone around him. What could he possibly done wrong? The Purifying Force is nothing but a bunch of executioners. Cold, mindless tools. Sorry. It was his childhood friend. He's just too heartbroken. Same syllables repeat again. This time, Discord still doesn't catch them clearly. Tells us so because she doesn't think they're important. If the accusations are right or even meant for her, Discord feels no urge to argue. She won't even remember to accuse his face. Enraged by Discord's indifference, the construct suddenly breaks free of their companion's grip, just forward grabs her collar and knocks off her mask. Say something, you tool! You kill other people's lovers, family, and friends without hesitation? Don't you have any of your own? Do you understand the pain of losing someone you love? Tell me, what is there left in this world that you care about? Is there really nothing left in this world that you care about? Flicker crosses her eyes and fades back to nothing. I don't have anything like that. Rosewater always pushes children to the abyss like this. He rescues them, chooses them, but in the end they often face fates worse than starving or dying on the streets. Most lab mice are put down after the experiments end. Despite the mix of pain, the executioners pick the best way to carry it out. These animals are gentle and submissive, capable only of letting out useless cries in their final moments of struggle. Yeah, Rosewater was a dick. Oh, right. This woman, Belengowski. The orphanage kids can never live like normal children again. You personally cut away their future. You're a hypocrite. You used their innocence and ignorance to turn them into future killers. He thought he was ready to bear that sin. We saw Belengowski later on, like in the story, right? Like with Babylonia, I think? But I don't remember what the context of it was. Going back to his old trade feels like a weight off. Maybe just like Belengowski mocked. He's never meant for that line of work. For Rosewater, Disco is an exception. She reminds him of his guild and offers him a chance to atone. It's only a moment of kindness. His glove he stroked a little lab mouse he handpicked. Shrinks and goes still in his palm, as if sensing a brief shelter. Her meek obedience is a polished blade. Reflects a victim's face and abuser's too. They rarely talk, but they're used to each other's company. Even sitting in silence opposite ends of the dinner table has become their quiet ritual. Yeah, because it's like, they were kind of neutral when she was living that role as like his daughter or something. You know, before Lilith had to execute her mission. Now for the intelligence post is plain. Far plainer than before. The job is to blend the tailor shop into Los Prados like fish blending into water. Maybe relax a bit. Try smiling more. Is that in order? There's so much training Disco can't understand what everyday life means at first. She lives by the book. It should be class time. She practices tailoring. Compared to her Polish instructors, Rosewater is patient. And he really knows tailoring. He's good at reading a customer's bill, guessing their job, and judging their tastes. Teachers tend to crane their necks forward. Athletes have stronger chests and limbs. If someone's body is streamlined, look closely and decide if they're friend or foe. Good suit shows everything and hides everything. Isn't there anything you want? Do you like sewing because of your life before you drifted? Keeps his tone light as he digs through his long-hidden stash. For generations, we made only the best suits. And only for people who truly fit the criteria. This world revolves around the few who truly have the power to change it. For anyone with ambition, the goal is always to get as close to that center as possible. Maybe you'd like your own sewing machine, finer fabrics, premier embroidery thread. I'll teach you everything I know. We also teach you how to create freely. Gives her time to think. She's thought about it many times. So confused about what she's lost and what she's gained now. She has for a long time had a father and daughter passing outside the shop. The girl, 5 or 6, looks tired and rubs her eyes. Her tall, gentle father lifts her. They laugh and hug for a moment, then he carries her on his back. Rosewater's voice cuts off. Remembers the unspoken rule. For orphanage kids, you can bring them new food, new clothes, new toys, new books. You must not give them a hug. Puts a reassuring, apologetic look. This isn't allowed. Of all things, this is forbidden. After going through trauma and abandonment, even a simple hug can trigger emotional dependence in children at the orphanage. As a long-time director, he knows exactly what's best for them and how clear and strict the rules must be. Ah, I see. Yeah, because I was going to say, it's like, with a hug, that would create an emotional attachment, right? And yeah, I guess it does depend on the individual, that there would be dependence. Because that would be like, in a way, indirectly being a sign of acceptance. Disco knows he's trying to keep his distance, so she gets up without fuss and walks away. As if she only said a simple goodnight. Mr. Director, it's time for me to sleep. Wave from helplessness hits him. And he hears her gently close the door, he slumps into his chair. Once though, he can make up for the past. Build her a home again. Reality stands between them like a sharp, blood-soaked pair of scissors. And they're parted in a way that can't be ignored. Oh, right, yeah, because this was after the whole, like, that whole thing went down, right? And then he was just starting to do his own thing. Right. And then it would lead him to having to, like, try to spy in and learn of Lady Manzano's intentions and such, right? Hence to, again, Lilith's mission. If I'm remembering my order of events correctly. All his efforts so far, the results built on sacrifice and imbalance, things he can't wash away, all woven into a road with no way back. Intelligence outpost is only a clumsy, laughable fix. What else can I do? For Discord. For myself. Whoever turns cold. In past years, the old district grew filled up with gamblers who lost everything at the casinos and had to sleep on the streets. Under martial law, even they're gone now. Doesn't know what the director has been rushing around doing these past days, nor does she care. Quietly, she switches on the hallway floor lamp, keeping up the pretense of normal life as ordered. Been a week since they last shared dinner. She glances at the empty seat at the table, then looks away. Discord, come here. I got you a gift. Gift? The girl looks bewildered. It's your birthday today, isn't it? Birthday. Another word that was once familiar, but now feels foreign to her. There's nowhere for to nod. I remember it from your file. Leads her behind the workbench, lifts the hat from the center mannequin, stitches on the final touch himself. It falls like a stream of stars. You sure his skill hasn't slipped? Soft shine will draw admiring looks anywhere. Same as the suit in the window, only the finest materials. Proud, he sets the finished mannequin before the shop's crown jewel in the display window, so they can admire them together. So pretty. The girl gasps by admiration at the exquisite dress before. Looks as if it stepped out of an oil painting, although refined. The fabric is silky smooth with a subtle shimmer. Fine lace trims the neckline and cuffs. The bodice is shaped by delicate three-dimensional pleats. Skirt billows outward in soft, cascading layers like blue roses just beginning to bloom at daybreak. Each layer edged with silver embroidered trim. The display window, a suit stands beside it, just a commanding, very image of royal perfection. Even the wealthiest client she once saw at the workshop never wore anything of such genuine quality. The girl knows the shopkeeper almost never brings customers to this part of the store. Don't you want to try it on? Stand shoulder to shoulder with Discord. The reflection of the glass almost makes it look like they're already wearing the finery. In surprise, the girl steps back twice and shakes her head, shattering the illusion. The mannequin draped in a gown and topped with her formal hat, so much like the friend she once depended on most. The friend's no longer here, no longer speaking to her in that soft, patient voice. She has to face that reality. Clothes make the person. As a tailor, I always believed that good, well-fitted clothing can bring better days. He convinces himself that the girl deserves better. She should have just as much as anyone else. Maybe this dress can take the place of his embrace. There never been any better days. In this life, it's almost like house arrest. Just keep playing the roles assigned to them. This life, just another mission. Just another interlope. There'll always come a moment when every false mask is taken off. I don't care what I wear anyway. Rosewater is speechless. After a long pause, he finally speaks, sounding defeated. Is there really nothing left in this world that you care about? I mean, come on, man. Like, I mean, look, I get it, right? He's at least trying to do something. But it's like, even he should know better than anyone by this point. It's like, she probably is too broken by this point to really, like, grasp at anything hopeful for this. I'm not saying he can't try, but it's like, I would think a guy like him could see that, but I don't know. Again, maybe it's just like the fact that it's like he's actually trying now, right? The girl stands straight, eyes forward, calmly awaiting punishment. Just where she faced the instructors. Just she always has, every be time. Care? Aren't they the ones who trained them to care only about missions that are... Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, bro, come on. What do you mean? Any hint of emotion or individuality was already cut off by all that training and prep. The sort of regrets his words instantly, twisting his face. Like gets to his feet and rushes to his meticulously organized desk. In a frenzy, he empties it drawer by drawer, throwing everything onto the floor. The girl's usually calm face changes. Right back at the bottom drawer, he pulls out a small box. Puts over its hidden mechanism and takes out a tiny key. Like a madman, he runs to the glass cabinet, unlocks it, and rips the ornate dress from the mannequin. This is my proudest masterpiece. My only treasure in this corner of the universe. Do you have any idea how special this is? He grabs his long-handled scissors, and in a blink of an eye, shoots both the one-of-a-kind suit and the freshly made gown to pieces. Iris scraps, loose threads, and tufts of cotton fill the air like a blizzard. Heavy golden buttons hit the floor, across the carpet with soft clicks. The arrow shop looks as if it's buried under a storm of tattered snow. The mannequin stands bare and alone in the middle of the mess, stillness like a silent actor mocking the scene. Discord stands frozen, and the scraps and threads settle on her hair and shoulders. Somehow they feel more dangerous than falling silver forks. The lips part slightly, but no sound comes out. Looking at it was the only way I could keep believing that humanity is always improving, always moving towards something better. Fabric is made in runs of just 23 meters a year, over 700 top-grade textiles combined. Stitched with platinum needles, a suit like this could only be worn by the oldest, wealthiest royal families. But now he doesn't have the strength to list those meaningless accolades one by one. Why? I don't know. She fears nothing. No hope for the future. Be a good girl and forget everything that happened tonight. Be a child. May the Lord forgive us. Says nothing more and walks her back to her room. It is kind of sad to me because it's like he is trying, but it's like again, it's like he more than anyone should already know. It's like it's kind of too late to do anything about that now. Snowy day is silent as ever. Wind chimes of fade echo again through the streets of the old district, which far removed from any trace of prosperity. There are always countless ways to explain why something happens, and there's always feel the need to give meaning to the things we cannot understand. At least. Yeah, I figured. Blood froth fills his throat as his life leaks away little by little. Reddy realizes there's no time left to say goodbye. Till Discord. Trying to get my dress dirty too. Don't be so stingy now. Reality really is nothing but a pair of scissors. Merry Christmas, Mr. Rosewater. Oh, that's right. She was holding a package where she was walking back, where Eleanor left. Famous tale at the old district lies dead in a pool of blood. Karmic justice. Human experimentation projects end with him. After a lifetime of effort, has become a dream steeped in sin. Fading like mist. Huge scissors hang overhead. Their fades are severed in that instant. Regrettably, embroidery scissors is already deceased. Flames sear his skin. Ash from burning cloth just before her eyes. Zuko snaps out of the verdict and a construct's fist is already swinging at her. Rosa Gaze decides to take the punch head on. Expectantly, the blow never lands. Throwing a punch just because someone won't talk. Staying quiet is good. Trouble comes from a loose tongue. Hey, my guy. Short Hole, remember you being quite the chatterbox. Dude, Short Hall was such a cool looking dude, man. It sucks we never got to have him as a character, but I mean, the whole thing with like him and Wanshi and everything, it's like that was some powerful stuff, man. Like, damn it. And again, like the what was it called? It was the cradle. Damn, that was like such an intense story, bro. Short Hall will definitely be one of the coolest NPCs ever. He's being talkative a crime now. So a construct neutralizes the force of the punch, just smoothly blocks the attacker who's lost control. Knowing they're in the wrong, the attacker's companion keeps apologizing for shoving and dragging him away. Don't take this lightly. Make sure you take him to the Star of Life. Sorry, I had to drink some water. It's been a while since I've done the Short Hall voice. Or an attempt at it. And he finishes, Short Hall pats her shoulder and waves the onlookers away. Show's over. Move along. The purifying force is nothing. Go into the scabs, you won't even know what hit you before you're dead. Huh? Is that what we need to hear right now? Move along. Go on. Picks up the mask that had fallen to the ground and hands it back to her. Squirt looks up at the stranger, hesitates and misses a chance to say thanks. The second time she sees Shorthold is on a ravaged battlefield after a mission. Squirts remembers searching for something she had lost. By the end, she had forgotten what it was. She wanders among the wreckage of constructs, her eyes unable to focus. Constructs are weapons. Expendable. Humanity's hope to reclaim Earth. There's appearing the new rules and protocols uploaded into her mind. Oh, it's you. Lost something? I can help you look. His face is heavy. It doesn't pile through domains like trash. Has them onto his broad shoulders as if they were comrades. Time blurs. Discormus gives up and numbly follows him through one scene of ruin after another. Remember they picked a fight with you. Why didn't you fight back? You even human? I'm a construct. Part of purifying force. No, I mean before you became a construct. You weren't born with metal arms and legs. Must have a name, right? A human name. My name is Discord. Shorthold. We're all people. We all have names. There's no real difference. We're not weapons. We're not expendables. Folds his hands, takes away a bundle of assorted dog tags and suddenly places a thin metal tag in her palm. See? You do have something you value. Discord studies a small clean tag. The thin cord is broken, while bloodstains, those sit in the grooves, turn deep brown. Name's engraved on it, but she can't recall any memory tied to it. Archer falls silent, Shorthold sighs. I know everyone's different. There can be individual differences. But in your case, had some ice cream the day before yesterday. But right now, you're like a bowl of ice cream that's frozen solid. You're from Kurano, right? Kurano made construct. Easy. No need to be on guard. I don't have a grudge against you. I used to be a cop. Sorry. Occupational habit. Right, yeah, because, like, you did have experience with this kind of stuff. I do remember we did hear about that. You know, answer the big guy rubs his not quite stubbly chin. I have things I care about, too. Here's the candy V gave me. Back in the education district, I had a bunch of brats who got into trouble every other day. Before I knew it, got attached to them. I used to be a tailor. Not used to this easy tone. Figures it out and sees him smile. Got it. You find the things you care about again. Tell me about it. Last time she heard Sholhold's name was in Commander Nicholas' transfer order. Just like that, he was gone and left behind all the things he said he cared about. And you? Think about it. What happens to the things you cared about? Under the ground missionless Prados, the ice cream's frozen solid problem gets worse. Frames fully repairs, moving flawless. At random time, paint signals fire. The fluid suddenly leaks. Phantom sight, phantom smell, and phantom pain. Should I follow the order to join the Scarabs? Or stay with the purifying force? Go over long search is gone. Now on, what will she live for? You don't need to choose. Once you choose, you carry that choice. Can you carry it? I should always complete the mission. To complete the mission, you only need to be simple and efficient. Stay the same. Doing nothing often works best. Keep to the shadows. Don't try to stand out. That's how you live the longest. Her urge goes the other way. A pull towards self-destruction keeps pushing her to find a weapon strong enough to pierce her chest. Or to stop maintaining her frame. Sadly, in Babylonia, those things aren't easy to do. So she starts drifting toward more dangerous battlefields without thinking. Damn, this is gonna take a while. Damn it, do something already! Unless she... afraid it's too late. Voice echo everywhere without logic. Struggles against empty air. Why? Can't she save anyone? The old tailor? Rosewater? Ladder? Isis? Lilico? Now Eleanor. All of them are gone. Leaving her behind. She can only stand there and listen as reality passes judgment. She wants to scream, start over. The pain in her head bursts again and again, like string of light bulbs exploding without pause. So there's nothing more we can do. We can't risk mine being contamination. Maybe signing her to Scarab was a mistake. Scarab Squad Lounge. V, I'm telling you, this coat's not cut out for Scarab. She restores it to Scarab Lounge, pulls out a chair and drops into it with a loud scream. Yado's flipping to her comic. Valeria looks up from her terminal. She's clearly gonna get herself killed and doesn't even know it. What am I supposed to do here? The Scarab Squad's barely even been formed and we're already falling apart. The comics I've read don't exactly cover this situation. Emergency meeting call pulls Valeria away. Before leaving, she gives Yada a meaningful look. Yada sits the fuming Shiva down and tosses her a can from the fridge. What's this? I don't drink synthetic alcohol. Limited edition mint flavored fermented fruit electrolyte. Shiva doesn't even wait for a reply before popping the can open with a sharp crack. Alright, so what happened between you and Discord? I told you already. She's gonna get herself killed. Scams are supposed to be a safety net, a secret weapon. You can't work with someone who's rushing to throw her life away. She acts like she's ready to be abandoned, discarded, or destroyed at any moment. Yet you still force her onto a path to survive. Let me be clear, I don't think what happened out there can be repeated. She fought her way out of a swarm of hetero creatures alone, while my orders were machine-like precision. Isn't that a good thing? Good. She didn't show a trace of hesitation, doubt, fear, or fatigue. If I hadn't met her before, I'd think an AI had hijacked her frame. When unexpected enemies showed up, I told her to pull back. She told me the mission was to wipe them out. Wait, weren't you on a standard support and extermination job? Where'd all these hetero creatures come from? I'd like to know that myself. We barely got on the transport in time. The pilot almost left us to die in that mess. Her mental state's all over the place. One moment she's like magma about to erupt, the next she's a dead, silent salt flat. No way. If that were true, she would have shown signs of mind deviation ages ago. She crushes the can in her hand, her expression serious. I've got a feeling. Captain Scare feels the way of the problem. This is trouble. I'll make sure V keeps an eye on her. The situation Shiva described happens again during another Scarab's mission. Hey, Discord, get back here. We're not Grey Raven with their fancy specialized frames. Gotta watch as Discord's blue silhouette disappear into the distance. Because Shiva gives her all too familiar look that says, told you so. Someone just jumped the gun. V, what now? There were too many of them. Shiva and I will hold here. You go bring Discord back. Be careful, Yana. Oh, wait, yeah, didn't we see this? At least I think. Landscape search is on, repetitive and unchanging. Discord chases the enemy ahead. Must have gone lost. Under the confusion and daisies, Discord stops fixating on how to finish her mission, so she sinks to a steady even gloom. She goes under slowly, but no way to resist, sinking inch by inch into a bit of quicksand. She knows this place. She's been here before. Experiences like this are not rare, but even on the surface they're enough to make people uneasy. Most people know it and treat it as a memory fragment they forgot. Under the sway of mysticism, they think it's some kind of psychic experience. Deja vu. She's fought the enemies in the area more times than she can count. The last active corrupted consort falls to the ground after a heavy strike, still muttering unclear commands. New world. Go to new world. Unit 3 colony ship, the Grand Deception, begins to shake. Chunks of stone and wall fall away. The false structure can no longer hold together. Discord moves quickly to the inner chamber as the dust settles. At the rubble, she catches sight of familiar golden color. What once bound you is finally gone. Whispers the word so quietly that only she can hear them. Target eliminated. Next, just need to get out with the intel. Suddenly, a massive piece of debris crashes down from above. Spikes a holographic projector midair, shuttering into countless fragments. Before she can move, a purple-black moon umbrella flies from behind, hitting her from the falling rubble before spinning back into its owner's hand. That generation, blinded by idealism, clung to the belief that humanity's technological progress would bring a rapid rise in human morality. But look at us, just expendable tools. I wonder we'll end up erasing their precious words about peace and progress entirely. But knows that mocking tone all too well. Lilith always knows more than most, yet despises the very knowledge he holds. If a single shell could wipe anyone off the face of the earth, then storytelling would be pointless. I can't be killed so easily, and I don't plan on missing a good story. But what if I could be the one to fire that shell myself? Wouldn't that be the best thing ever? Lilith runs a hand over her face, laughing heartily. Every moment she lives is an announcement of her unchained freedom. Eleanor. The constant in front of her freezes at the sound of that familiar name. After stops, she transforms in an instant into the frail, graceful, gentle lady she once was. Both of them know this is nothing more than the simplest performance in the theater of daily life. She's never cared about the stage or the audience. Ascendant takes off her gloves, letting go of all formalities, slowly extends her pale hands. Mechanical joints and tightly interlocked gears are visible beneath the skin.
じゃあ エレノアのために私につく。
She thought the answer would come without hesitation. Thoughts feel like they were being hacked apart by a pair of massive razor-sharp scissors. As they torn away and tossed to a scrap heap.
永遠に私の協力者として何も考えずにいるのはどう？
Countless feelings rush past her all at once, and behind a messy knot of emptiness she can't untangle. Because of that, she can't speak. Even her face stays frozen. Night settles deeper, and Eden's artificial sky reflects the fading dusk perfectly. One figure steps forward and toward the other, arms opening slowly as if to offer an embrace. I thought it didn't matter whether we were all allies, enemies, or anything in between. But now, forget it. Yes. We are ready. Said goodbye. You could have just stopped thinking and followed me. Plants and insects follow the light and the moon. People do that too. Without orders, you don't know how to act. No, that's not true. I've been looking for you, Eleanor. No one ordered me to. You just don't want to face your weak heart alone again. Weak heart? The flowers bloomed where she was wounded. Whispered to her quietly. Is that how it is? What? What the hell? Is that Yuka Satome? I followed my heart once. That's why I chose to go with you. You led me out of the abyss and darkness when I was just a child. Vision clears as she speaks, as if the burden she's carried for years. Even you don't know what truly drives this body. You've gotten so used to taking orders from others that you never realize you've been following your own will all along. You'll always be an outsider, a discordant note in the main melody. Don't you see? Low status, a dirty history. Just another shadow agent hiding in Kurno's back alleys. When they want someone to die, you'll just be another name on a monument. When they demand loyalty, you'll bury yourself without hesitation. Nobody truly cares how you feel. You're nothing but a helper without a self. A stray dog with no goal and no home. I cared about you, and you left without a word. You vanished right in front of me. She once believed that after regaining her legs, she could also give the other person the freedom to move forward. Right in Lilith's story. This girl looks at her face. She must try to stitch together the shape of her soul, thread by thread. With those violet eyes, she's never seen her own reflection. I'm not a worthless stray. I should never have been the first one you chose to throw away. As those hands closed slowly, the final pose of a dance. I see. But the peak of the world has always been so narrow. It can only hold one heel. Liv walks past her and snaps her fingers. Scar freezes in place, held still as if under a spell. Next moment, she watches the tip of the umbrella burst from her abdomen. Exactly like what happened at the concert the time before us not long ago. The ending is already decided. Scar finally realizes that grief hits her with a crushing force. Pain crashes through her mind, alarms flood her perception systems, and darkness swallows her whole. A parting gift.
最後の命令よ。もう二度と会いに来ないで。
Threads from another present snake in like tentacles, stitched together the broken pieces of our memories and the illusions we shaped around them. And the force vanishes. Stitches melt away like ice, break apart and scattering into a shower of crimson spider lilies. If only you had said these things back then. Don't leave any more regrets. A gentle, familiar voice whispers to her. Seats pulled back like receding tide. Discord suddenly realizes with perfect clarity that this moment is about to disappear. I hope your next stream will be a good one. What is this? I'm so confused. Why did it show Yuka Cell to me? Was this like something to have to do with the red tide or something? Because I don't know why it would show remnants of her memory. This girl opens her eyes. She doesn't see the hydrangea artificial island. So she sees nothing but a vast sky full of blowing... Oh, right. Right. That's fucking right. Of course. I see. So, this had happened when... Yeah, because the team did try to help Yada, didn't they? And Hydrangea Island. Right, because it was originally a... it was a Scarabs mission. But then Yada went on her own. So, I guess these kinds of things she's going through right now is an effect that the island had on her, right? Something to like what it did to Yada. Okay. Okay, that at least I can kind of believe, because I'm like, when the hell is all this even taking place anyway? But, okay. Makes a lot more sense then. At least I think, because it didn't show Yada, or I mean Discord in a new frame yet, because that should be after. No, yeah, because again, it's like, it's supposed to be Yada's floating record, then it was Lilith's, then it was this one, and then it was Vera's, right? I had to check again when I'm done with this part. Yada's carrying her mechanical arms, pushing forward step by step against a strong wind toward the rendezvous point indicated by their signal. Why am I here? What about the mission? Seriously? You're still thinking about the mission right now? How about you thank me first for dragging you out of that mess? I'm sorry. Thanks. Were you dreaming just now? This girl tries to remember, but her thoughts freeze in the span of a single breath. Was it a dream? I don't really remember. So this is what Shiva meant by magma 1 second, Dead Sea the next. Shiva? All her own guns are gone. This girl instinctively checks for weapons on her body before she even registers what Yada just said. That mystic. Shiva's worried about you. This girl remembers Shiva's furrowed brow and angry glare. The on her forehead emits a faint green glow. Is that concern? She has no idea how to respond. For this mission, we Scarabs are just backup. Cerberus Squad is already going after the real target. Let's meet up with V. They walk in silence, one ahead and one behind. And our shields are from part of Wind's force. The frame's got sand filters. Thanks to Babylonia's military learned the hardware during past ground missions. The feet are designed to spread out the way so they don't sink into the sand like yours. Took a lot of training to get used to it back then. The abrupt shift, the short-haired construct finally forced out what's been holding back the whole way. I don't know what kind of nightmare training you're planning, but even though your combat skills are great, your actions put your teammates in danger. Sorry. I didn't think anyone would come for me. What? Of course I come to save you. You're about to get swallowed by the red tide. You could have just hit me with grenades or a high-powered pulse gun. A mission sometimes needs bait to succeed. Yoda gets a little angry. Why are you so set on dying? As Sander Rapids countless header creatures stumble up from underground. As last word comes out alongside the sound of her fist slamming to the ground. Truly, header creature lunges at her and a blade slices it clean in two. Because I don't even have the freedom to choose death. Mission. Always the mission. Kill. Kill again. Only much later does the captain is scared but understand that all of this shows a hidden pain that has always been building inside Discord. From street orphan to tailor, from maid to agent, purifying force to scarab. The whole time she feels that no one ever truly cares about her. She's invisible. In an earlier era, a doctor might prescribe lithium carbonate or haloperidol. For constructs, though, disorders of the mind rarely receive real attention or care. In the end, they can only sink into a deep sea like forgotten shipwrecks, after bacteria and rust, running in silence to be swallowed by time and darkness. Aren't you the same? Back on Hydrangea Island. Ever you thought that never waking up might be better? Living in a dream is nice, but I stepped out of it. I promised a lot of people. I promised to myself to face reality. Not everyone can be like you. Of course. Everyone's born carrying a bit of baggage. Squid's memories suddenly stir. Electrical signals tickle her cortex. Remembers a small metal fragment, smooth and capable of transmitting body heat. Her own baggage. I got guidance and help from many people. Step by step, I reached this point. If it weren't for them, if I kept living in a dream, I wouldn't be who I am now. Squid noticed that up ahead through the howl of the sandstorm, Yada hums a tune under her breath. The melody. Feels like she only heard it just now. Time for you to go. It's goodbye for real this time. Take my courage with you and charge forward with everything you got. Thank goodness you managed to escape. So, stop blaming yourself for this. In these dreams, some were promoted to officers, some became heroes, and a few shed their uniforms to live ordinary lives, while you remained at Misono High. One's best dream shouldn't lie in the past, but in the future. Broken bits of the school anthem cut off as more enemies keep appearing. Scorpion-type hetero creatures? Ugh, damn you. Night raid unleashed by the Fulgur frame almost tears open the rotating wind pressure over the area, tinting the sky the gray indigo of a thunderstorm. The fight drags on, waves of hetero creatures overwhelm them again, the two fall into danger. Not good. While fending off massive hetero creatures, she sees from the corner of her eye that Discord's hurt. Water fluid splashes out, and treading mud drinks it up, moving slow. More hetero creatures burst from underground, shrieking as they encircle Discord, trying to drag her into a prison quicksand. I don't care what happens to me. You go. The construct does her weapon up for all his strength. They pins the creature holding Yada right to the head. The next instant, Discord sinks halfway down, buried in the yellow sand. Why is it like this again? Kaneko arms into a brief cooldown and recharge. Yada gasps for air and holds a guard stance at instinct. As she blinks, her vision stays blurry. Scorpion-like hetero creature raises its stinger high. Yada, quit slacking. You never know when this stuff will come in handy. Remember when I made you remember how to rewire circuits? You ended up using it, didn't you? Yeah, but wouldn't it be enough if you knew how? I got a feeling. And what if I'm not around one day? Here we go. What are you now? Some fortune teller predicting your own death? Pick this up from that mystic. I'm your captain. Complaining about my nagging won't change that. Now get moving. Moving where? Don't hurry, Coach V's gonna make you do another 20 sets of high knees. Just to catch you. Wait, what? The dust spills across the white line track. It always takes a captain's sash with the scarab emblem looks ugly. When the captain runs, that sash streaming in the wind looks like a clear endless current. Beautiful. Shadow slows to a stop. The fading sunlight's broad frame casts a long shadow across the ground. From ahead, Yada turns and looks back at her, puzzled. Instead of moving forward, she jogs in place as she waits for her captain to catch up. Yada, this is where I stop. What's with you today? Out of breath already? Yeah. I'm tired. I'm stopping here. Takes off the scent from his own body. It's the pride of the track team. But you still have to run forward, Yana. As captain, guide Scarab. Push the whole squad to keep going. You finally think to thank me? Just bring me extra snacks. His body turns to silhouette of darkness, and just slowly dissolving into nothing. Turns her gaze back to the track, searching ahead. See? Here's that ghost you still be nagging in my ear. I know it. I give her a hand. V. Is this why you made me captain? There's many things she wants to say, many feelings she wants to release. Instead of speaking, she just runs forward. Shouts and throws her fists again and again, trying to drive away the shadows of the past, which is so fast they leave after images. Jumps to the center of the vortex where the blue construct disappeared and reached out as far as she can. Dreams are beautiful because you wake from them. Vulgar Frame's alarms sound loudly as streams of sand fall past her, and increases her output even more. Those who want to face reality. Is it right to let pleasant dreams take away their chance to grow? This time, I want to be the one who walks ahead with open eyes. Short halt, I don't know if I can be as good as you. And finally grab a companion and stop them both from sinking forever. But this is my choice. Eternal life feels both short and long at the same time. The construct surface to lift her battered body. Is the attack over? Because the enemies are scattered everywhere. Far away, the shorter construct is kneeling on one knee. Her hand slowly forming a V sign toward Discord. I don't want to lose anyone else. That includes you, Discord. Once, twice, no matter how many times it takes. I'll come for you every single time. The door is slammed shut right in front of him, trapping everyone on the other side in cold, endless waiting. Symptoms are exactly like human brain death. Scarab Squad member Discord. She's... That's impossible! He lunges forward, but Shiva stops her. Only the symptoms are similar, right? What about her mind? Complete connection rejection. She doesn't have any fatal injuries. Could the new frame be the cause? Can we switch her back to the old one? In this condition, that's almost impossible. Then I'll find someone who can help. Shorter consort kissed the glass helplessly, staring at the flat line of dimly lit monitor. Hey, Discord, wake up! Okay. I mean, it may have been a cheesy part for Discord. For Short Haul passing down the torch to Yada, but I mean, to be fair, we didn't get that conclusion for Yada when it came to like her having to be the new captain of Scarab. Now, let me just make sure my order of events. Oh, okay. No. That still take. Okay, so yeah, current time wise, that's what happened. But all her memories and stuff, that probably was like partly from the Crescent Sun thing because of the Red Tide stuff, and also because of her adapting to her new frame. Right. Okay, I get it. I was just trying to remember that this happened like after that point, because again, it's like it was only after that we see the scene of like the Seaver's rapture when Discord finally caught up to Lilith at one point. Right. Okay. Just had to make sure of that. Damn, 71%. Damn, I still have 5 more left. It's gonna take fucking ever. Probably gonna take another hour. Rhythmic warning beeps get drowned out by the roar of noise. Transport aircraft announces a landing. As she scans her surroundings, realizing the safety harness is pulled tight across her body. Without it, she probably would have collapsed right onto the transport cabin's door. Or floor. You're finally awake. Just get me half to death. thought you end up in the same side effects as your old frame. I had to carry you all the way back to Babylonia again. Another VIP in the med bay, huh? At this rate, your case file's gonna catch up to that Star of Life VIP. Old frame? V did say your mind would still be unstable after the frame switch. Say you need time to adjust. Tell me he's messing with your recent memories now too. She has to pull up the files buried deep in her mind, searching hard for the most recent one. And to join the Scarab Squad, her old frame went through a full round of upgrades and inspections. Even then, it still suffered from random unexplained operational issues. Once her old frame data reached Azimuth at the Science Council, Bologna approved a full frame replacement. Alright, yes, because again, this was still like a Kurino-based frame, right? So I guess there probably also would have been issues with that and with how her mind, or the state of her mind was. Mommy, to be honest, your mind looks like someone ripped it apart piece by piece and haphazardly sewed it back together. Yeah, probably Lilith. Or, I mean, just generally, I guess. How many parts got yanked out altogether? It's like a train full of holes. Somehow it's still running on the tracks. A miracle, really. What did you see in the projection Yukasato made build for you? Sorry, I don't remember. Oh, okay, yes. So it was. Part of this was what happened when all the Scarab was part of this, and yeah, when Discord was kind of on her own trying to help Yana, right? Okay, I see. So that's why it's like this whole kind of like thing starts to happen, right? This unstable state of her mind. Okay, good. I was thinking like, what, just randomly? Because like, look, I know like it does take a while for your mind to sync with a new frame and stuff. We've had situations like that before. I was just wondering like, is it actually the same thing or is it different? I wouldn't have a problem if it was the same, honestly, because like I said, it's just rare occasions that this happens, and we've seen it before, but again, it's still rare. Most of the time it's like they can at least get to their new frame, but then they just have to adapt to it like on the front lines. That's usually what we go with, but this being the case with the stuff on 100G Island, that actually makes a lot of sense. Okay, good. I just needed a clarification on that because I was getting confused. Again, I figured it'd be answered at some point. I was just wondering like what the proper explanation would be, but okay, I'm glad. See, that's one thing. It's like they're really making sure to dot the I's and cross the T's where it needs to. Scans show repeated penetrating injuries to your abdomen, but there's no sign of external trauma. Do you have any idea what might be causing it? Ah, I see. Right, so probably the vision of Lilith at the time, like possibly stabbing her, right? Because it's like they say, like sometimes with the mind, it'll make it feel like you actually had that happen when you didn't. So that's why it's like potential injuries in the abdomen, but it's like it's not actually physical because she just believes it happened. I don't know. You should think about whether you're ready for the procedure. She poured in more effort than she could ever measure, just to stand and walk again. Reflexes she once took pride in became her worst torment, bringing her nothing but pain. Her brain keeps sending pain signals non-stop. Even felt limbs, the stump on her legs felt like they were being stabbed and sliced. I mean, agonizing at all the same. Then one day, the stabbing pain that used to pierce through her mind started to blur. She couldn't even remember it anymore. At the same time, the face of that cheerful, upbeat maid who used to cheer her on through rehab began to fade too. Wait, what? Wait, oh, wait, what? Wait, so did that thing with the maid not really happen? Was that just part of the... Or maybe it was replacing her with someone else, right? Like, it was another maid who she knew in the past, but she couldn't remember vividly because of how unstable her mind was, right? So it just took a person who was similar to that person to replace her, right? Just for the sake of it. Okay, that might actually be what it is then. Perhaps she knew deep down that none of it happened suddenly. Yeah, maybe that is what happened. Emotional trimming. If this technology were stable and ready for mass use, you wouldn't have found only a single construct like this. Oh, I see. Yeah, because again, I was literally saying probably because it's a current, because she's a current construct, right? It is right because the doc decided to cut things to make sure it's like that it would still be possible, right? To upload her onto that new or to the frame after the Tantalum 193 copolymer testing. I see. So that's what that doctor did to her, much like trimming. Yeah, their early illegal construct technology removes his excess consciousness, fades and erases overly painful memories, and seals away emotions one doesn't want to remember. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so they basically forced her into a state where she would be fit to have a quote-unquote stable mind to adapt to the frame. However, it was like more of like a forceful, like kind of like fit, right? Like she had like so much quote-unquote baggage with her mind that it wouldn't, like the frame wouldn't be capable of handling that, right? With the mind and everything. So they did this. Okay. Again, I do love how it does do this. Like, I know they've started doing that for other games now, like for Wuthering Waves, and I do appreciate it. But again, it's like, I'm glad we also had this, like, somewhat earlier too, because, again, like, having these clear definitions for this really helps along the way, because it's like, you'd want another kind of, like, word for it. It's like, is it relating to the everything or not? So, I really do appreciate it. Discarding what some call redundant human consciousness runs counter to human instinct. If it boosts efficiency for a while, it causes irreversible damage to a person's humanity. The very thing that defines a person. Right, yeah, because that's the thing, it's like, this code definitely did kind of seem like a very, I wouldn't say stone cold, but a very, expressionless individual, right? Like, she didn't seem to have, like, awareness of danger and everything. I guess that's the point, right? Is to show that, yeah, she had this problem, but it's been since the very beginning because of this. Cool. Okay. Yeah, because I guess for Scarab, it's like, they probably just thought, oh, just trauma, or she's just bottling up, or just, she has experience. That, because to be fair, those are normal, like, ideas to think of, oh, how come she's not, like, acting this way, or, like, a normal person with emotions. It's like, you think, oh, maybe because of trauma or something like that, but again, in the case of the world of Punishing Grey Raven, there could always be other reasons that just we don't know about, and it would be this, the emotion trimming. Okay. But again, it's just that no one really knew that. I'm not giving up on finding a better way. Scarab Commandant, why are you requesting a new frame for a teammate? Playing something off the books? Dogs are natural hierarchs. They split the world into nobles and commoners. Didn't realize you could hold a grudge that long. Whether we played a dog or refused to, we're still forced to pick a side. It doesn't change much. At least you should get a choice. Again, I wonder when we'll ever do like a true collaboration with Scarab, you know? Especially with everything we know of the members, like, at least of Short Hold of all people, you know? Like, we've always done it with Dark Ares and Vanessa's team, so I wonder when we'll actually get to team up with them. Maybe when we actually get to know Shira as well. Maybe? I don't know. I'm just surprised we haven't. It's like we only get a look at Valeria every now and then, but we don't actually team up. I still don't like working with you, but fine. Fortunately, we already have solid data on the similar mind disruption cases from Wanchi's treatment. Right, yeah, because this was somewhat similar, right? Huh? No! Okay, good, I can do that here too. Awesome. Oh, good, I can check that here too. Awesome. The Science Council has newly established a project group specialized in studying various construction mind disruptions. Once you provide a new treatment approach and it's clinical. Yeah, right. Yeah, because again, it's like, we kind of been through that before, where it's like, once she didn't really remember everything, right? For certain reasons. Want to try it on her? She never speaks up and never takes a side. No agreement, no objection, no opinion. Like she isn't there. Fine tool, but the higher-ups never run out of tools. Score figures it's because she doesn't like talking, especially small talk. When Delilico vanished on a mission, she shut herself off even more. Anything extra doesn't help the mission, doesn't matter. Except the mission, execute it, report. Sometimes even the most fixed backdrops collapse. Never good found. The same words keep resurfacing in her nightmares. She can't tell which is worse, the dream or reality. On the last escort mission before a frame swap, she stumbles on a place of refuge. What people call chance is really inevitability. Her own wants and needs guide her here. Each day, piano music rises on time from the ruined church outside a conservation area, offered to the sunset, the afterglow, the silent sky and earth. Sits on a stone plinth and listens. Music soars fervent and angry, divided selfless. Church is pitch black except for a thin beam slanting through a broken pane. Today, the doors stand open. Drawn by something she can't name, she walks in and finally learns who the dedicated musician is. When the memory starts to feel painful or too profound, your mind cuts it out on its own, good or bad. Emotion trimming? The nerve. The mask of Valeria's face is unusually cold. Knowing what can make someone angry is the fastest way to know them. This girl clearly doesn't expect to see Scarab commanded here and freezes in place. You have something to report? No. I'm here to listen. To the piano. Come here. This girl stays quiet and says that the instrument that filled the air with such beautiful melodies not long ago. It's bad and old. Hard to believe an instrument so worn could produce such rousing music for days on end. Suddenly wants to touch it, then draws her hand back. You want to try, go ahead. Lear's gaze passes through her to her far point that isn't there. Or are you gonna wait until it's too late and regret it? Rarely for her, Valeria gives a small push between Discord's shoulder blades. As her fluttered protests, waits for her to send and takes the seat beside her. Not so much. This piece was the only thing left with me. She lays her hands on the black and white keys. Must still remember the drills, but her fingers refuse to move. Dimly she recalls someone making a similar invitation once. The memory slips away in a brief stab of pain. Valeria neither urges nor hesitates. The performer rolls up a sleeve, closes her eyes, and lets a few strands of hair fall across her cheek. A smooth, powerful piece rises from the firm rise and fall of her wrists. At times it's gentle, at times it's fierce. The tempo keeps getting faster. Discord's hazy memory does at the speed and skill of a pro. The performer must have found a treasure in the music and keeps exploring it without tiring, as if knocking on the door of her own life. Piano Concerto No. 2 in F minor, Op 1, 21. The title of the piece surfaces on its own, and Discord almost loses herself in the gentle glow of the notes. Infinite radiance. V, come look. A piano. Shadow cleared a half-intact piano from the rubble and started poking at it with 2 fingers, totally absorbed. Stop playing. You'll draw enemies. It's a famous concerto. Sounds good, right? Notes wobbled, even slipped out of tune. Shadow kept at it, as he looks at her, waiting for a verdict. Awful. Despite her criticism, Valeria didn't leave. Leaned against a broken wall, just her wounds, and listened to the end. And now, the ruins have been rebuilt into a conservation area. The shining piano has somehow survived. The movement doesn't pause. The concerto goes on. Each keystroke no longer tries to pull back the past. A long time ago, Shorto told me about you. Said you looked lost at a glance, so like a crying kid he once found on patrol. Fingers shake. It's as if someone supports her hands and hums. By your ear, can hear the strength to play. Just a little pressure and the key will go down. All the chaotic, deep, tumultuous, disorderly agitation fades away. The strings absorb every last tremor. The second key, the third note. The melody flows slower and rougher than she remembers. Reaches up the tempo and feels the note shift. Joins conversation. Amazingly, the music under her hand calms her. Stops leading her, but she leads it. Then at the first encounter, suffocating struggle, the corridor of freedom. Night of reunion, the feast of death foretold, the final farewell. After so long and so far away, the crushed days and warped fleeting hours return at last. This is her music now. Nice look on your face. Time passes and the air turns cold. The evening bell tolls. She turns to Valeria's already waiting at Scarab's lounge door. Let's go. We still have work to do. Dusky eyes are full of pride and edge. The commander and the Science Council have been briefed. Swap out that frame soon. I'm gonna restore your mind piece by piece. Replace a V who collapsed from mental strain. That looks at the outcast teammate and softens. Command goes to the Grey Wave and commanded Xanthos for this operation. Oh, cool. Wait, I'm actually a part of this? Okay, sure. What the fuck are we even doing? We're almost at the end. Don't overthink it. Worked a V for a long time. She does this kind of thing without a word. She isn't asking, she already knows what you'd said. What you'd say. What about you? How are you adapting? It's fine. I remember now. Feeling that wasn't firm enough, she adds one more line. Frame self-diagnostic shows optimal condition. It won't affect the mission. Really? Yana glances at Discord table for a hint of worry and gives a small reluctant nod. Good. When we're done, report your frame's output data in detail. If anything feels wrong with your frame, tell me your Xanthos right away. I'll request support. Got it. Ada snaps her head around as fast as a dodging bullet. She frowns and holds up 10 fingers. 10 bottles of that mint electrolyte soda you have? I'll handle the intel. Thinks about how many times she's woken up to see Yada there. Thought hits her and she thanks Yada a bit awkwardly. Thanks. Don't worry about it. We're teammates. I told you before. You thank me every time I carry you back, you'll never finish. Silence grows unbearable and Yada breaks over for an awkward, hushed voice. By the way, you're good at sewing, right? Can you make me a Masato High uniform next time? Alright. When you enter the temporary stronghold, the 3 members of the Scarab Squad are fully armed and ready. The Discord switch to the new frame as Monkey's special notes. Her mind needs extra care. Wait, what the hell? Wait, why am I the team leader? What happened to Valeria? Was she on her own mission too? The mission is to sneak into a hidden base near Las Pradas to bring back all valuable data. A fucking course! Okay. So we are going to Las Pradas. Or at least near it. Okay, because that explains why Discord's team is here. Why the fuck am I here? According to eyewitness reports, an ascendant has been frequently sighted in the area. Oh boy. Before they leave, Discord, who knows Las Pradas best, seems uneasy and keeps their head down. I mean, fair. There's probably a lot of emotional trauma there. At first, you think she feels mixed about returning to a place tied to her past. On a closer look, under her moving cobalt hair and the mechanical nape, is an EMP collar blinking red. Who put it on you? A necessary safeguard. If my frame loses control because of mind issues, the commander can send an emergency signal to the collar. Shut me down completely. Shiver. It's the same kind of tech Liv used back then. Just a different level. Oh yeah. Shit, I forgot we had that back then. Can you come over here? Blue construct trembles, but then turns around and stands still in front of you. Next second, your action makes a freezing shot. Unlike the color with access, remove it quickly as a warning beep sound. You don't need this. During frame tuning before the mission, you stabilize Discord's mind for Valeria. Learn she needs time and trust more than restraints. Ah, yeah. True, because again, it's like, sure you could try to force it all the time, but it's different for people, you know? Good. I'm glad that this is kind of a different process. Yeah, because I was going to say, it's like, for Vera, it was better that we took off that limiter. Also backfire. More importantly, after working together, you chose to trust Discord. She values her teammates' lives no less than anyone else. But there's a tracker in it, in case I need your protection too. I see. Again, anyone want to tell me why the fuck Valeria's not even here? And the Ascendant just gonna be Lilith? Again, I would think it'd be cool if they brought back Lady or Madame Manzano. Because again, she was pretty badass. Server Squad keeps tracking the Ascendant. Ingrid waits in the sky to give support. Scare, the main strike team, reaches the target and gets ready to slip in. Everyone receives a 3D model of the stronghold that Shiva built from terrain data. Rather than a stronghold, it's a fully equipped ship parked up barren hills. Maybe that's why I survived the past disaster. Target is 5 kilometers out. Again, anyone gonna fucking explain to me why I'm here? Why don't I just bring the Green Ravens for this? I get story-wise why the Scarab Squad is the main strike squad. I don't have a problem with it. I'm just confused as to why it isn't Valeria. Because again, it's like, we can have stories without the commandant involved. We've had it happen before. Transport drops and switches to ground vehicle mode for a covert operation, or approach. Checks up the scorched earth. Not long after, something feels wrong. Why are they corrupted behind us? Are we exposed? No. This used to be a test range. Strivers heard our transport and followed us. Like zombies. Railgun blast slams near the vehicle and throws up a heavy cloud of yellow smoke. Alright, the perimeter auto defense really has spotted us. Thanks for the heads up. So much for our covert operation. As soon as those words are spoken, this course springs into action. Looks for the vehicle and throws her scissors high. Sets on the laid magnetic lines and baits a cannon to aim into the sky. The rest of the squad understands at once. At maximum range, applying the calculated corrections. 3, 2, 1, yada! Dazzling flash lands on a moving target as the railgun fires. High energy mass can pass the hem of the scorched wind-blown skirt until it's in distance. Or fall. Draw and fire fast. Score lands lightly using the opening and cuts the tumbling corruptant to pieces with her giant shears. Cross-shaped flashes burst from the wasteland like a judgment, while centering around the moon. Shiva slams the accelerator. G-force knocks the wind out of you. We can't stop. The corruptant will keep coming. What about Discord? After you look back at the main standing alone in the storm. She pulls the two split halves of her scissors back along the control line, stamps the ground, and sprints. Try to remain the enemies to trail the vehicle at an even steady pace. The corruptor appear ahead, blocking the road. The wind shreds your shouts into pieces. I'll contact Egret. Sorry, this is Scarab Show. Shiva, run the numbers. How many on it? In a flash, Yada vaults on the roof and swings to the enemy cluster. Shows electricity spread for the strike and break the blockade gleaming. Their mechanical limbs tumble. Crushed under the wheel and sting into the dust. Some corruptors stop chasing the vehicle and lunge at Disco as she runs. Greetings and goodbye. Tries to scissors into the ground and spins with centrifugal force. The whirling attack perforates everything around her, leaving her wing of open space. As she sidesteps, she uses the fallen corruptor as steps to keep jumping forward. Magnetic lines extend and retract, then hook the rear bumper. Tire shrieking, the vehicle jolts as it gets yanked back. The vehicle skids over rough ground and belches an acrid burnt smell. I'm sorry. Military vehicle, Tiny Fortress lives on her momentum. As the back row leaves it cleanly in front of the rear halves. Yada drops from the roof and Shiva jumps from the driver's seat. Although the engine does its last job exposing the dentist not corrupted. You see it in the rear middle seat, flung a few meters into the air with the car before you reach the door. My new frame still isn't stable. As the rest of the car's shell couldn't with her scissors. Pieces spread out in the air. As her feet catch you with both hands, it speaks without sounding very soft. Excuse me. Oh. What? I'll have to file a property damage report when we get back. Your moves on foot and sees alert. More active enemies to see until you reach the target entrance. Damn, alright. I like that they're like, nah, we're just gonna keep moving. Fuck the backup. Hatch unlocks and opens slowly, so the ship is very quiet and dark. Shiva stays on high ground to keep watch. The others line up and enter the ship. Waiting for Shiva. Okay. Alright, let me change my AirPod before we do anything else. Okay, there we go. You walk from the bridge into a tight new room. The round light strip on the ceiling turns on by itself. Holograms show deep blue star maps and data. Checking them one by one, nothing looks important. You're wrong. The ship isn't an Eden 3 joint craft anymore. It belongs to Kurino. After some checking, Discord exhales slowly. She means that she doesn't have to face that person in the past yet. Why would an Ascendant frequent this place? Perhaps it's... Chaos breaks out in an instant. The ship's lights switch to harsh red. Status screens flicker with chaotic data. The gallery plates slide out of the walls, sections seal off, leaving only the main corridor. Wait! Yada, scanning ahead, turns around in the blink. In a blink, a special alloy wall cuts her off. Tap the partition that blocks all signals and call Yada and Shiva on the comms. No one answers. Of course. An hour passes, then 2. Time slips by unnoticed. All you can do is wait. 10 hours, dozens, time blurs. Nothing in the room changes. There's no natural light. But hunger in your stomach is likely you've been stuck here for a day. Don't dare rest. Search a small conference room again and again, but you still can't bring up the ship's control system. Some projections pop up by mistake. It showed that after a major mission and return, the ship was turned into a ground intelligence site. On the ship's middle deck. The meeting room terminal holds hundreds of hours of routine video logs. Most of the data has been moved or erased. Come out empty and hope Discord's custom scissors on the other side can physically damage the partition. If brute force works, mechanical arms would be more effective than blades. Yada and the other side has likely already tried that first. Maybe Yada can't reach Shiva outside either. $10 hits, 100, 1,000, 10,000. This rate, the weapon will break first. No good. Their consort walks back, looking sorry. Are you okay? Glad to see you back. She gives a simple reply, thinks for a moment, and shows a small relieved look. So your frame really does feel different. What do we do now? We wait for Shiva to lift the lock from outside. You wait for Shiva. Shiva may come, or she may not. Score repeats a new mission in her mind, puts away the scissors, and sits hugging her knees. Protected Shenov faces circular, feeling the emptiness within her. 3D faces are frightening, but they're only statistics and test data. Just then, the pained faces start to beg for mercy in all directions and throw a wide, twisted current of corrupted light. They mock each other's ugly faces. They don't see that each one is also a mask they themselves wear. machine virus concentration rising? Fluid Construct's mind starts to drift from the interference. Since something's wrong, establish a connection at once. Chaotic thoughts spread before your eyes like a huge tangled web. The squirrel curls into herself tightly, huddled amongst the grotesque observed faces that appeared moments ago. Even if I finally remember those memories and strong feelings, are they ever really mine? How can I be sure it isn't all just an illusion? We only experience so much in our life. Hard to judge what's real and not. I still remember those happy moments, but they feel like someone else's. I understand. Not just offering empty comfort. Maintain a strong connection with the construct. Take up past and feelings as only being stored and synced. Good or bad, they're your memories. You don't have to let them define you. In the past, I escaped reality by just following orders. I don't want to do that anymore. After many broken days, she finally breaks free of the emotion trimming and gets room to think freely again. We do missions also to protect what's beyond the missions. Beyond missions. She relaxes her hands, tips her head up, starts to picture the ideals you believe in, the path you walk. Be simple too, like music. It's the goals we strive for. Motivation that drives us toward the future. Words echo in our mind and a stitch back memory rises. I have things I care about too. When you find the things you care about again, tell me about them. He once asked me to tell him what I care about. Before I could answer, a short halt. Do you know? Clinical data used to repair your mind came from a construct named Wanshi. Wanshi, says the name softly. He's also one of the people Shoto cared about most. Because people tremble violently. The question left hanging years ago finally gets an answer. What happens to what you value? To what you care about? Definitely not to be forgotten, to be crushed. Shortholt, Wanshi, Yana, Shiva, Laria, Santos. It starts as a thin thread, reaches out to others. In the end, it weaves everyone together. It's no longer a choking web. It's a bond that holds tight and gives support. Not by the senses of order, the construct's mind settles. So no need to send out your mind beacon anymore. Let our breath sit beside her. I used to think everyone I cared about left me, betrayed me. There might be no funeral, no time to say goodbye. She comes first, disaster or tomorrow. One can never be ready. She does those goodbyes that were always going to happen. She thinks every answer carefully to nods. But now I should keep moving. What drives you toward the future? She gathers her own answer. You offer your hand to the crouching construct. Don't forget, we're walking this path with you. Just then, the ship seems to wake up. See a partition slide open, lights turn green, the deck connectors retract inward, neatly revealing the lower level. Is the lockdown lifted? Shiva succeed? Contrary to their hopes, a gray-haired ascendant appears from the dark. Ah, shit. Trouble for sure. Why so guarded? Oh my fuck. What? What the fuck are you doing here? Oh, great. A flash, the score weaves magnetic lines around you two. Giant scissors rising in front of her. Just gleaming, ready to strike. Long time no see, Santos. You never lack protectors at your side. This motherfucker. Right, yeah, because again, this was from Vera's thing, right? tell he didn't want to see you. Since you move so fast, you must know this place is useless to you. The assassination list in this data. I don't need it anymore. The Ascendant shows a projection of a physical chip on purpose, making it clear this may be the most valuable target of your mission. And why did you come back? Would you believe I only wanted to see you? Stalker, what do you even know about me? Or the Ascendant manipulates the virus around them, bringing pain waves to remind it into your mind through the connection of this motherfucker. Of course he's still fucking alive. Oh no, yeah, right, yes, because we learned he has many bodies, doesn't he? Right, I completely forgot. He's not only just one version of himself. At least I'm pretty sure. Corrupted data tries to break in. The pain, the deep mind connection shows you more Discord's mental images and memories. By step, her notes start to make a melody. The melody will become a song. You were once a tool shaped by Kurono too. We should have plenty to discuss. For a start, you see the world's truth with your own eyes. Thanks for the tip, but I see clearly enough. If you do, you'd understand which side you should be on. She has her own path. Be quiet. And the sweep the scythe, strong gust shattering the magnetic lines and putting you to the cavern. His face twists ferociously. His fangs slip bravado full of fury, half hidden by her opening mask and steam from her cooling unit. Attacks in an instant. Silhouette flickers with deadly lines to the air, but the ascending scythe cuts down every single one. The blade pulled back carries only a single strand of silver gray hair. Nice technique. You'll hear me out, I can hand you the data. You'll finish the mission easily, and everyone walks away happy. Her nerves range. Push her toward deep trained reflex. Cold sweat runs down. She almost bows her head, then remembers her neck. That's up by many restraints is bare now. Construct no longer hesitates. Sender throws the chip aside with a sigh, grips the scythe again, and ship stands to gather strength. She breaks the stubborn phantoms and meets the new attack head on. Everything's more important than finishing the mission. You were too fast to see. With many quick clashes, the Ascended Scythe and Discord Scissors lock together and screech with a sound you can almost see. Scissors' edges push inward against resistance, trying to slant the tip of the scythe. The Altus shows a look of surprised approval. Alright. Want to see which is sharper? That's the sign. Still, 2 against 1 is not very polite. Polite to an Ascendant? Why bother? The deadlock broken, Yada drops tactical camouflage into a sudden punch. Surprisingly, if the Altus doesn't dodge, if he knows it's coming. The punch still drives him back a few steps. Locked force releases. Score drives the scissors into the floor to keep from falling with the recoil. Yada sees the camouflage doesn't work on him. Doesn't overextend, goes back a few times to keep a safe distance. Discord's mind deteriorates fast. It's being pushed toward a loss of control. Can't move her body, so it slipped from her hand with a clang. Puts her on your effort on maintaining the connection, sweat beating on your brow. And the Ascendant hasn't even begun to fight seriously. Yada, keep attacking! Roger! Yada steps in harder and faster, after images seem to tear the air. The Ascendant switches to defense and puts away his weapon. Enough. I'm not in the mood to drag this out. More your friends are on their way, right? Seeing through your delaying tactics, Ephialtes offers a dignified shallow bow. Until my new plan is ready, I don't plan to fight all of Babylonia. The deal is done. Until next time. Wait, what are you planning exactly? He said it retreats a very dense forest gathers, cause the air around him to visibly warm and discolor. Too close. Time to pull the scissors back to block. It fires a low power flash for palm down, Uses the force to jump and puts herself in front of Discord. Makes the beam at the last possible moment. So, Fulgur takes a heavy hit and keeps sliding back, carving two black scorched lines on the ground. Under it, Discord hits the edge railing. The metal snaps and she falls all the way to the bottom level. We got played. Shorter consort shakes off the brief limb glitch, checks the area fast. Soon it's gone. Looked up, you're still dizzy with a broken connection, not yet awake, but your life is not in danger. Fulgur's block is far from enough for the high punishing energy an ascendant can gather. Need to raise the strength. It's deep cracks in the lower frame and winces. Running freely would be hard. Even walking may be a problem. So, not getting blown to pieces is a win. Well, at least that creep is really gone. Center really does come in all kinds. Discord, you okay? Discord? Discord! God damn it. Ooh, the final 3 acts. Okay. Sometimes you wonder if the person in the mirror is really you. Your face, your different past. What truly makes you you? Where is the self? Does it even exist? No one knows their own ending, or is pulling the strings of fate. The Emperor can command his people. Parents can shape their kids. You can still choose your fate. Only you can truly steer your life. As the memories grow whole and clear, the pain returns to her body. Can you hear me?
まだ私を導いてくれる人が、見捨てない人がいる。話になりません。仰せのままに。かすり傷です。任務に影響はありません。隅々まで話になりません。手足を縫い合う。
ソーイングエリアへようこそ。カット。シアリング。
かすり傷です。任務に影響はありません。話になりません。仰せ話隅々まできれい。かすり傷です。任務に影響はありません。
裏切り者の結末は一つのみ。カット。シアリング。
隅々まで仰せのままに。手足を縫い合わせましょう。話になりません。隅々かすり傷です。任務に影響はありません。話になりません。仰せのままに。手足を縫い合わせましょう。
じゃあエレノアのために私につく。
Yeah, boy, here we go
隅
again.
々まできれいにしなければ。
I'll be honest, I didn't expect to kind of face her.
私にハサミを向けるつもり？
She's always been crazy.
かすり傷です。任務に影響はありません。仰せのままに。話になります。手足を縫い合わせ。
ソーイングエリアへようこそ。カット。シアリング。
かすり傷です。任務に影響はありません。話になりません。隅々まできれい。手足を縫い合
裏切り者の結末は一つのみ。
永遠に私の協力者として何も考えずにいるのはどう？
仰せのままに。かすり傷です。任務に影響はありません。話になりません。仰せのままに。手足を縫い合
裏切り者の結末は一つのみ。
仰せのままに。隅々まできれい。手足を縫い合う。
裏切り者の結末は一つのみ。カット。シアリング。
今回はあなたが拒むのね。最後の命令よ。もう二度と会いに来ないで。見つけた。私はシュエットとしての人生を探しに行くわ。 これはシュエットという少女の物語。
どこにいるのかな私の子犬。
Do you stay here every day because you're a bad kid? Does no one play with you? Hey, I'm talking to you. Me? That's right, you. Of course someone plays with me. Look, me and my little dog. Playing house with a doll is childish. The two of us, we can play so many more games. Like what? Let me think. Maybe try whistling? Like the workshop workers do when they head home. It's too hard. Okay, we'll learn whistling next time. They just build sandcastles. You make the base, I'll top it off. You fell. Get your clothes dirty. Dotao's not gonna be happy about that, huh? It's fine. He said you can just wash it clean, right? The sky's so beautiful. It's always this beautiful you look up. They don't care about us because we're not the protagonists. Our end, our erasure, our sacrifice, they don't matter. Secret hideout. No one will find us here. You can sew in secret. I'll sit next to you and whistle softly. We have it too. So freedom in a suffocating world. You never actually heard me sing, have you? You helped me stand again and taught me how to dream. I can't teach you what you don't know yet. I can't force you to do what you don't want. All your hopes and wants come from within you. You only know one song. I can teach you more. What matters is you're willing to make your voice heard. No one cares about your story. Even if you tell it, no one but you thinks your doll matters. I don't want you to get hurt physically or emotionally. And no one else will listen, I will. I have companions now. Maybe more in the future. Congrats, then. Let's not meet again. I think your doll is very important. Yeah, it's important. So is your being here. After your brain surgery, did you become your ideal self? Or are you still drifting, just forgetting the pain? Go back. Maybe one day you'll remember me, but I won't appear again. But I'll still feel lonely. Loneliness makes every moment with the ones you love priceless. It turns memories into treasure. But beyond memories, there's a wider world, and many more choices waiting for you. Now that you know your real name, you can change it back anytime. No, I'm not ready to throw away my past. It hurts, but it's part of me. Leave room to weave new stories, and don't come looking for us. Do you understand? It's like opening a gift years ago. At that moment, thank you was already turning into goodbye. We knew the farewell would come, but we kept guessing the time wrong. Cordia unties the ribbon, eyes shining with hope. The puppy plush lies quietly in the box, covered in rows and stitches. Begin your journey from here. Well then. Goodbye. I'll say goodbye properly. From countless threads, new bonds form as she learns to say goodbye. This girl opens her eyes to noise. Hurts all over, but her readings are normal. Frame's external damages are bared. Lingering side effects in your mind. That's what they say. Why do I keep running into you everywhere lately? Oh, rude. I mean, you sound like some house sprite that shows up everywhere. I helped this time, didn't I? Didn't I? Give me credit for that, will ya? Can someone switch off this chatterbox? She half awake, she pieced the whole thing together. During the last Prada's infiltration, an ascendant knocked her to the ship's bomb hold. She fell into a deep coma. At the time, her condition had been critical. Mind disorders are complex. Stable, all you can do is wait and trust. Since Yada's leg could barely move, she first tried walking on her hands, then gave up. Of course. In the end, Iku's lively Leah showed up and hauled them all back to Babylonia. Oh right, because I was calling for backup. As an ascendant, getting away with 90% of your body attack is a decent outcome. So when a whole leg is only 5%. And Shiva, when much needed, was racing non-stop against the ship's self-destruct signal. No time to spare. And crisis was worse than they thought. Thankfully, all the remaining data was preserved and extracted. Ascendant Ephialtes had modified the ship. And the backup body, seeing the past logs, didn't appear. Scarab's results are recorded in the precise experimental data they brought back, which includes built-in shielding. Compared to current info, it greatly expands the Inver device dataset. The Inver device, huh? If it's too flashy, it'll totally clash with my luck. Leah grimaces as she imagines it. Everyone trades looks, then eyes Discord's frame, Secretary's head in particular. Your outfit? If you want, I can alter your clothes when we have time. I'm counting on ya. Wanna boost your style? Maybe tie a few ribbons in your hair? I have tons. No. At her unusual firm refusal, Yada and Shiva stare wide-eyed. Surprisingly, Leah isn't discouraged by rejection, quickly sets her sights on them instead. Wait, I don't want that either. Stay back. I have short hair now. Out of her teammates, the blue-haired construct no longer feels out of place. Just calm and at ease. So you don't need to worry about her anymore. Santos. She calls out to you as you watch from afar, ready to leave. I have an answer to your question. Can I hear it? I want to keep being a tailor. To pour my feelings into the clothes I make. I want peaceful days to come sooner. For what I cherish and the people I care about, I'll keep fighting. Last star at dawn heralds the approaching sunrise. Before fate's loom, you were tugged by the wind, silently waiting for the cut. But threads can be strings, playing the heart's poem and weaving tomorrow's prelude. Reaches our hand at last. A single bright note. Woven Prologue. Wait, what? Oh, god damn it. Are you serious? Why is 16 over here anyway? Wait, what the hell's here? What? Oh, I guess something after that? Okay. So, we didn't learn anything else from this about Ephialtes. Well, then again, it's fine. These floating records are just supposed to be extra stuff. It doesn't necessarily all tie into main plot. Not necessarily, like, sometimes it'll be noted, but not too much, so. Fine. Okay, what the hell is this supposed to be then? But at least now I know why it's a main outfit then. Huh? Oh, right. Wasn't there, like, one place I couldn't, like, enter in the house? Like, I tried to get to it, but I couldn't. Can I actually enter it with, Discord here? This place. Why am I still here? Master, this place has awakened. The place still remains, though incomplete. You can rest, explore, or leave whenever you wish. Huh. Really? Oh, okay. Oh, okay, yeah, so maybe I can explore the other places I saw before. Yeah, because, like I said, there were places that I couldn't go to normally. Like, not here, but There was somewhere else. Of this universe. Volume 1, Part 1. This is bound to happen. Asteroid-sized meteorite hurtles towards them. Its trajectory like a cold, cryptic puzzle. Ship's primary mission is to investigate this unidentified object and ensure that such a catastrophe never threatens the dawn of humanity's new scientific age. All crew members are awakened and gathered in the ship's main control room. Scientists, medical officers, diplomats, the permanent staff for this flight mission. They're tasked with explaining the situation to others. Someone issued a command to alter the navigation trajectory in the central system. Set for delayed execution. Its current settings, the ship can't approach the target. Who gave the order and why? The guard's face hardened. What else is supposed to be the point in this? Oh, okay, part 2. The biggest problem is that this person can modify the trajectory again at any time without leaving a trace in the system. The debate grows heated. Seeking trust of humanity's greatest mission were different expressions. If fuel runs out before the mission's done, how do we get home? Obviously, we die on a ship, along with the rest of the space debris. Scientist stares in the deep window, or dark deep beyond a window. To round our argument, the artist proposes a solution. Simple! Lock the most suspicious one in cryosleep until the mission is complete. Or falls silent. I don't agree. But we don't seem to have another option. Convenient enough. No one has a better idea than we'll vote the old-fashioned way to decide who goes into cryosleep. Quarter, you should vote too. Diplomat says with a smile. Originally, my duty was only to record events objectively. This time I might not be able to remain objective. Okay. Well, 2 points. The company must be one of you three on this shift, right? The guard tenses his arms. I am the diplomat, medical officer, and scientist with a sharp gaze. No, everyone has the same access to the central system. Means the chance of being the culprit is equal for all. What about the motive? Could one of us be a human spy who gains from the mission failing? I say it's you. First, the diplomat radically sees the most votes. Because you have to face someone who's good at lying, don't you? Artist mocks him, but diplomat only laughs darkly, stretching both hands up. Isn't this just what I wanted? Good night, everyone. I'll be resting early. Among the row of cryosleep pods lined up like cocoons, one powers on. The central system remains silent. The program never did disobey reasonable human orders, cannot trace the source, and will never betray anyone. Deception, betrayal, suspicion, sabotage. In face of complex choices, the unconscious mind often outperforms the conscious one. On the second day, the trajectory is altered again. This time, the central system shows it was not a delayed command. The culprit could not possibly be the diplomatic cryosleep. Meaning 5 must give new testimony. What's going on? The silver-tongued guy wasn't the culprit? If it's some kind of contagious disease sabotaging the mission, then among us strangers who don't even know each other, there must be the real culprit. Whatever option, the voting has to go on. On the second day, the artist, who's been a certain diplomat was the culprit, received the most votes. What are you all thinking? How can I be the culprit? Everyone has creative impulses. What's so special about yours? By furious protest, another cryosleep pod is activated. On the third day, the group returns to the control room, staring blankly at the ship's trajectory map. Alter a third time. Wait, do we overlook another possibility? Maybe there isn't a culprit at all. Maybe it's the central system making these decisions on its own. Like, please tell me they at least brought the people who were in cryosleep back up, because by that point you should. No, the central system cannot make any decisions about the ship on behalf of humans. Only excuse the human commands judges to be beneficial to the mission, the scientist explains. Only 4 people remain on the ship. The scientist, the medical officer, the guard, and me. Putting people into cryosleep by majority vote based on one-sided opinions isn't right. Maybe we should watch each other in pairs. Wouldn't that be even worse? The medical officer strongly objects, shuddering under the guard's stern gaze. But harm the crew's physical and mental health. No conclusions reached, another standard day passes. On the 4th, only 3 of us remain in the control room. The medical officer requests to enter cryosleep pod voluntarily due to concerns about her health. The central system answers everyone's questions, but there's still another, more important question that it cannot answer. We need to consider this. Why does the central system consider this a command that benefits the mission? What do we miss? This has been modified by higher authority? Paranoia overtakes a scientist. Distrust of the others intensifying. Days without sleep, his body finally gives out, proving his medical officer's warning true. Medical robot prepares the proper dosage and forcibly injects him with sedative as he weighs a dangerous weapon. 4 standard days later, we're still some distance from the target's celestial body. Keep wasting time like this, the mission will never be completed. Not that quickly. Imagine actually is the system that is just trying to negate any chance of human error. My role in this mission is only to keep an objective record. Strictly speaking, I cannot offer any real assistance. To prevent us from turning on each other, I suggest putting myself into a cryosleep pod, but the guard shakes his head. No one else is left here. What would I be guarding? Sorry, but I have to leave the mission to you alone. Right before my eyes, the guard presses the cryosleep pod's activation key and lies down inside. This vast ship, I'm the only conscious being left. Central system continues running as usual. We're just engineers in charge of the power grid. We only to know how to allocate electricity, not how it's generated. If I also enter cryosleep, the contingency protocols will grant you full authority during special events. So do all my records since boarding the ship. Environment and prejudice shape decisions. Consciousness is nothing more than an observer. If consciousness keeps interfering, the mission can never be carried out in the most efficient way. Central System's final deduction leaves only one conclusion. Judges the unknown celestial body self-destruct. Consciousness itself is a filter that keeps us from truly understanding the universe. Machines, to imitate humans, to gain consciousness, to simulate emotions. It's a mistake from the very start. You believe that humanity... No, the consciousness itself should be erased from the universe. Central System's cold indicator lights blink. In this path of space, no one's left to answer. I fucking knew it. It was the Central System doing it intentionally. Tannhauser Overture is being played on the piano. Inside the fingers dancing across the key, it brings the face of a cute maid. She once dared to sneak over and play the piano Madame Manzano kept reserved for her guests. She was always full of energy, her mind brimming with mischievous ideas. The most adorable thing like team. She wanted to live a happy and contented life, just like any ordinary person. I don't want to say another word. Sofa looks incredibly soft. What's the spot where the girl would sleep? She's left to find her own melody. What in the hell? Oh yeah, see, this is what I was talking about. Wait, why the hell are they in those fits? So we can never see each other from the ground. We're connected to the same vast endless starry sky. Oh my god. Okay. What the hell is this? The man's face gradually comes into focus. Can you recall the battle between you and him? Wait, who? What the fuck do you mean? Wait, what? Wait. Oh, this is from that side story. Oh, okay. I was like, what the fuck is this supposed to be about? That's a side story. I see. So I guess, Discord's a part of it? The Pestilence Knight and the Death Knight ask if you want to participate in the Watanabe challenge. Do you want to participate in the challenge? I mean, I might as well. Why not? I see. I was wondering because it showed a battle with Watanabe during this time, but I was like, why? I'm so confused. That isn't part of the we didn't find him in the story at all, so I'm like, why? Nope.
隅々まで切れ手足を縫い裏
切り者の結末は一つのみ。カットシアリング。
かすり傷です。任務に影響はありません。
みんな私に続け。集中しろ。
話になりません。仰せのままに。
もう死は恐れない。問題ない。
話になりません。
道を切り開く。
仰せのままに話になりません。手足を縫い合わせま。
ソーイングエリアへようこそ。
みんな私に続け。
かすり傷です。任務に影響はありません。
これこそが不屈の意志。
かすり傷です。任務に影響。
集中攻撃。
仰せのままに手足を縫い。
気を引き締めろ。命がけでいくぞ。
仰せのままに話になります。手足を縫い合。
ソーイングエリアへようこそ。カットシアリング。
今までの努力はきっと報われるだろう。
お客様のために仕立てた詩。
ご満足いただけましたか？
Oh, wait. Ah, shit, but I didn't actually complete that. Damn it. I thought it would count. Or I thought it would send me back. Damn it. Okay. Great, now I'm gonna have to go through all this shit again. Well, then again, it didn't really take me that long. I can just skip this stuff because now I read the story. Yes, it just read those. This. This. Okay. But yeah, again, like I said before, I was so confused. Why the hell were they even there? And why was Watanabe even a fight anyway? Didn't seem to make sense to me, but now I understand. But at least I already did it. So now I can check this other stuff. Scrap robot has been repaired. For some reason, it can't process commands. It just keeps dancing. There's no way to shut it off. Okay, guess I'll leave it alone. Sono Academy uniform. Customer must have been satisfied, right? How come I can't do anything about that? You know what, doesn't matter. Ah, the puppy doll. Long into memory of Puppy Doll, you begin to recall a woman whose face remains blurred. She was always decisive and efficient, never one hesitated or falter. Patient and quiet, she is a very gentle person. To you, she thought the doll held great importance. I might always be safe and well. Scissors. Once used to cut away memories and bonds. Ah, I see. So that's what, like... Interesting. Okay, I'm glad it comes full circle now. There's no longer any need for them. Look at these scissors come up the memory of a little boy. He was always grinning, as if he didn't have a care in the world. Not being outdoors, hated being restricted, was incredibly observant. Couldn't whistle very well. Wanted to be the happiest person in the world. Ah, not a dress. But now I don't cut it, right? It just stays as beautiful as it did. Beautiful dress adorned with delicate lace around the collar and cuffs. Handcrafted care by a man. Girl once saw it as an unattainable illusion, but now she can appreciate it as... Right, because this was supposed to be what she was supposed to wear on her first day of school, right? But then the incident happened. That's cool. I like that. Very sweet. Now it finally comes full circle. Again, it is just such a shame that she didn't at least get to have that chance, right? Because, yeah, that's what it was supposed to be. A chance. Alright, but there. Thank you for participation, I guess. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Ah. Aw. Sweet. Sandbox. Ah, okay. Like all your toys and whatnot. Okay. Oh, that was it. Oh, okay, yeah, because it doesn't always mean like 17 chapters. Okay, just mean up to that many conditions to clear. Okay, okay, awesome. Well, that was a bit better than I thought. Again, the situation. I mean, again, the thing with Ephialtes, I didn't really see a point in that. I will say, I feel like there wasn't really a reason to. But I guess it's just to show that she did need a bit of an extra helping hand to know about, like, how to deal with her memories, right? Because she kind of did only see it, or it kind of was only treated as baggage. She never really got a chance to confront, accept, and then move forward along with those memories as a part of who she is, right? I guess maybe that was the point, to create a situation where the commander could kind of, like, explain that to her. Right, because not many people would be able to, but through our experiences and meeting many different people and connecting with many different minds, maybe we'd have the advice for that. Maybe that was supposed to be the point, but again, I don't know. I feel like they didn't really need to, because again, I'm still kind of confused as to why they didn't make it Valeria to do it, right? Because I know she's probably not the type of individual to be sappy and all that kind of stuff, but I figured as the captain, she is the best person for that kind of job, you know? That's just my opinion, though. Don't take it, like, wholeheartedly. I just kind of figured, like, it would have been better presented that way. But, I mean, I do like how it's, like, the situation kind of stemmed a bit more from how the mind was kind of jumbled because of everything on Hydrangea Island. That I did at least appreciate, but other than that, it was, I don't know, it just felt kind of a bit weird to me the way they were trying to go about it. At least at the end, anyway. Like I said, for the most part, I think it was dealt well, in a sense, but what? Nah, you gotta be kidding me. They don't have the other thing for when she had that scene, bro? Are you serious? Oh man, I'm gonna have to go back and then record it as like a thumbnail. Great. Because usually I go here, record this for a bit, then make a thumbnail out of it. But now I can't do that here, unfortunately. Unfortunately, it doesn't necessarily count as that hard for it. Really? You're really gonna fuck with me like that, game? Shit. Alright, fine. Have it your way. But at least we finally did the overfloating record we needed to do. That's the most important thing right now. Alright, so now we should be good to go dealing with a better tomorrow. And I won't press on it yet, because last time I did, it kind of like introed the whole thing with Rosetta in her new frame. So I'll make sure not to do that yet with a better tomorrow. I'll just leave that there until we actually get started on it. And like I said, I won't be streaming today, unfortunately, because March Madness is today, so I'm just going to be focused on watching college basketball. And like I said, hopefully, if I wake up early on time on a Friday, we should be able to do the Wuthering Waves story. At least do a part of it. Again, I don't know how long it's going to be. Maybe it'll be like Luke's, where it'll be all done in one stream. Or maybe it'll be longer where I have to do it in 2 parts. I'm honestly fine with either or. I'm just letting y'all know how it could be. And again, hopefully I should be able to do Tales of Berseria on a Saturday. As long as I can find a good time to do a stream for that. And the same can be said for when I do Honkai Star Rail on Sunday, because it basically goes, the first round of games, like the round of 64, is tomorrow and Friday. Then the round of 32 would be Saturday and Sunday. And then we won't have the Sweet 16 and Elite 8 until like basically the latter half of next week. So kind of letting y'all know how it could potentially go for like these next couple weeks. And then I'll try to, at least from like Monday to Wednesday, I'll try to do an extra like Star Rail stream, Wuthering Waves, and possibly PGR, because like I said, this new story part is probably gonna take me a while, and I at least do want to get started on it. Especially since they say I should probably try to do the Connect event or whatever. I think it's which one is it? Let me actually check here. I think it's supposed to be, where is this thing that they talked about? Waking Tundra, The Last Light, General Promise. Yeah. I had to do this for the affection thing, right? This is how I get a Nervatia. So yeah, I will try to do that at the start of the stream, and then we'll get to the actual main story chapter whenever I get to this sometime next week. But like I said, it won't be immediate. Just take a bit of time for me to figure out when and where to do it, but we'll definitely try to do that. But anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy the stream for today. Again, I did like how we finally came full circle for how Discord interprets all this stuff, but again, just a bit of the finer details toward the end, I'm a bit like iffy about. But overall, it was alright. Like I said, I'm not gonna say it's the strongest one. Like, don't get me wrong, emotionally, I almost got kind of like close to like the situation for Noan, you know, because Noan, god damn, he went through some hard times, bro. Like, fuck, you can't help but feel for this dude. And like, I felt like Discordius was getting there, don't get me wrong, but again, it's just kind of like the setup to get to this point, and after, it's like, kind of felt like an afterthought to that point. So it's like, okay, so how do we connect all this? But again, that's just my interpretation of it. It's like, I'm just saying, like, compared to like other stuff, it definitely didn't hold as much water. And I guess you could kind of say the same for Genovese. It wasn't my favorite, but it was still alright. But I would definitely say it's like Spark to Wildfire definitely hit more. Deceiver's Rancher, definitely more interesting. Long Goodbye, definitely heartfelt. That probably is tied with Nolan's. And Crescent Sun was at least an interesting kind of theming and such, you know? Ideal Cage, again, was alright, but again, didn't really explain too many of the finer details that I would have liked. Well, at least that I come to expect from it, but maybe that's just me judging too harshly. But over in Prologue, it was alright, but again, I did at least like how we finally came full circle with even more of the details to learn about Discord, but that tie in and go separately from Lilith's part of the story, right? So I'll at least accept that. But yeah, like I said, we'll see what we can do over the next couple days for the streams, but like I said, just know I won't be streaming tomorrow. And again, only hopefully will I be able to get a stream out on a Friday morning. If not, then we'll just wait until Tales of Berseria on Saturday. But anyway, let me give a huge shout out to Ring UEF and Guardian Soulblade for showing up to the stream. Great chatting with both of you. And also, thank you to Guardian for the raid. Much appreciated. And again, I hope y'all did enjoy my senpai Guardian Soulblade's Fate Stay Night Remastered stream. And yeah, that's gonna be me wrapping it up. But anyway, if you guys did enjoy the stream but not already followed the channel, please make sure you leave a follow. Much appreciated. Check out my YouTube channel, Puzzle Devon, subscribe there as well. Join the Discord, you guys not already. Links to all those are on the channel. But this has been Santos Vice. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. I'll see you guys next time.
前みたいにシュリンジンのやり方で挨拶させて。